Part 14. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Ching Qian. Chapter 131. Sensei's move, not to mention that the old man himself did not expect it, even the photography team who came to shoot was a little stunned. The original intention of the photography team is to shoot some daily tidbits. There are also many snacks here. It is also a good idea to record a meal and broadcast. Who knew that Sci-fi, like other uncles, likes to stand on the side of the road and watch people play chess? The barrage became more chaotic with the gradual addition of the music-core. Sensei, are you sick? What are you doing to disturb people playing chess? Isn't this what Sci-fi said he would do? Wizayasi asked her to express herself. What's the problem? Does it need you to speak up? What's the matter? Kicked by a donkey in the mouth? I met someone like Linlcha again, and I found it. We actually want to thank you for being the master. Without you, the master is here to make trouble every day, and we wouldn't be able to see his wife show her prestige. The old man also raised his head, and turned his eyes on Sensei a little badly. You girl has a lot of heart, and let's not say whether this little girl can, even if she does, she has a mouth and can say it by herself. Need you to speak for her? Who are you? Sensei's smile froze on his face. She didn't expect that the old man would say such a thing, and it was so direct. Did she act fake just now? This is a live broadcast. Sensei's hands in his sleeves clenched unconsciously, his fingernails digging into his palms. She only hoped that it was still early, and the organizer temporarily notified that there would be a live broadcast of the tidbits, and not many people came. But because the Starry Sky Girl group hasn't made an announcement together for a long time, Sensei has only heard a lot of Sci-fi's name on the internet recently, and has no understanding of Sci-fi's current popularity. After the organizer sent a link to the live broadcast of Daxiashinyan, there are now hundreds of thousands of people watching online at the same time in the live broadcast room. Fans clearly heard the old man's words. I died of laughter. The uncle knows green tea with a good eye. Awesome, your uncle is still your uncle. Sensei's face has turned green. It's really deserved to make you talk more. Sci-fi's fans keep their mouths clean. A group? What about the group soul? Laughing, how about this group of souls? Disband now. Because Sensei and Meng Shui deliberately tied up CP, she ranks second in popularity in the group, and she has many fans. To put it bluntly, this was caused by Sci-fi, right? What is she doing standing here watching people play chess? The most taboo in the entertainment industry are the establishment of school tyrants and literary girls. The Musi told your sisters that you must not set up such a character in a hurry, and you will collapse the house in minutes. Sci-fi raised his eyebrows and said with great interest, Master, you have experienced a lot when you were young, right? You are so bright. Humph, the old man murmured, it's useless for you to praise me. I don't believe that a little girl can break this old ghost's chess game. Alas, I'm going to lose money again today. I said, Old man Su, why don't you believe others? The old man sitting opposite laughed when he heard this. You really can't solve my step. Why don't you let the little girl try? The old man hesitated. This way, Sir. Sci-fi bent down and blinked. I'll try. If you lose, it's mine. If you win, it's yours. Hearing this sentence, the old man decisively gave way to Xiao Majia. Okay, girl, come here. Sci-fi rolled up his sleeves, sat down, and picked up a chess piece. Uncle Su frowned as he looked at it. How did you walk this step? You'll be sleepy in a while. Sleepy means that the player who moves chess has no chess to move. Sci-fi's brows and eyes were calm, but her movements were lazy. She moved a flag lightly. I don't like being photographed playing chess. The old man raised his eyes lightly. You guys, let it go. The photographer had to retreat to a distance where only Sci-fi's back could be photographed. I'm so anxious. What did I dump? Looking at Sci-Fucking's posture, he seems to be quite good at it, let's pretend. To be honest, the chess skills of the old man on the street may be better than those of the top chess players in the Heaven and Earth Alliance, and the masters are among the people. It's okay not to shoot, but Sci-Fucking's face is preserved. What is this doing? The host came over. The D6 men's team will come over in a while, and the promotion will begin. Originally, it was the filming teacher who ate and broadcast. The photographer was helpless. It turns out that it is now playing chess, and the old man is not easy to mess with, so I shoot from a distance. The host nodded and glanced at the time. Okay, there is still half an hour anyway, let's film teacher SI first, and then I'll ask the D6 men's team. He hurried to the nanny car and asked his assistant to contact the D6 boy group. The photographer is still shooting. It is true that no details were photographed, but fans who watched the live broadcast of the tidbits could clearly see the changes in Uncle Sue's expression. This old man's eyes are all rounded, it won't be an earth-shattering step. His expression has gone from calm to disbelief to cracking, brothers. But Sci-Fucking seems to have given money to the old man opposite, didn't she lose? Just look at the expression of the uncle. Acceptance. Sci-Fucking raised his head and smiled, the old gentleman is superb at chess, I lost. Uncle Sue stomped aside, obviously I almost won, alas. Very good little girl, the old man laughed, you are so smart that you will lose face. Uncle Sue sneered, old ghost, your skills are not as good as others. The girl let you win, and you are too embarrassed to collect money. The old man ignored him and smiled, little girl, I really can't do chess, are you interested in learning Go or something? I'm a layman, and it's fun to learn. If I really want to learn it, I can't. Sci-Fucking stood up, and I'm a star, so I'm quite busy. I just came here to watch the show today, and I didn't expect to disturb you guys. It's okay, the old man was very cheerful. I mean, if you are interested, I can introduce you to the teacher. Sci-Fucking smiled and declined, I really don't have time. She recalled that in order to worship an old man to study medicine, she played chess with him and helped him weed, and it took him 3 full years to do chores like this before getting his permission. It is still a psychological shadow. That's it, the old man nodded, then do you like anything? If you like painting, I can give you some paint, or a flute or something. In order to reject it more thoroughly, Sci-Fucking said, I just like embroidery. Embroidery, the old man was really surprised, anyone of your age likes embroidery. Embroidery is an ancient craft. Now that technology is so advanced, there are many fewer embroidery artists. Okay, embroidery, the old man's eyes were filled with admiration. Just in time, I still have a set of needles and thread there. Do you have time tonight? Will you come to my house, or I will send it to you? Sci-Fucking. Why is this old man, he doesn't play cards according to the routine at all. Who doesn't have to store needles and threads for embroidery at home? This is my address, and this is my phone number. The old man got up slowly and opened the QR code. You young people are all playing WeChat, right? Come scan the code, let's add a friend. Sci-Fucking. Unexpected results. Uncle Sue hurriedly said, girl, this ghost old man is usually stingy. The things he took the initiative to give you must be good things. You don't need to sell them and they are valuable. The old man glared at him, how do you talk? Uncle Sue snorted coldly. Sci-Fucking finally scanned the code, and the old man began to clean up the chess game with satisfaction. Wait, old gentleman, Sensei chased after him, old gentleman, how is my friend's chess skills? Hey, I forgot to mention that she doesn't know anything about chess, you should give more pointers. When she said this, she deliberately gave up her seat so that the camera could capture the half-finished mess. The photographer also knows how to create bursts and quickly stepped forward. Does anyone think this old grandfather is very familiar? Has he attended any important occasions? So did Si fucking win, does she understand? There is a lot of scheming, but a small mind. The old man straightened his waist and gave Sensei a light look. What do you want me to give advice? I also want to ask the little girl to give me some advice. I have seen that she is very good at chess. As for you, don't pretend to understand if you don't understand. After speaking, the old man packed up and left without looking back. Uncle Sue also looked at Sensei with contempt, and walked away slowly with his hands behind his back. Sensei's face turned green. She really doesn't know anything about piano, chess, calligraphy, and painting, and she only wants to become famous quickly and earn more money when she enters the entertainment industry. She is usually very popular with the elders. Why is she hitting the wall again and again today? Does Sensei still think his face doesn't hurt enough? Also put your face together and beat him? Uncle actually said that Ching Ching is better than him at chess, so Ching Ching understands. As expected of my wife, she can do anything. The photographer got the tidbit he wanted for today and stopped shooting satisfied. Si fucking didn't look at Sensei from the beginning to the end, and returned to Zhang Changning. Ningning, she looked up at the sky. I'm hurt again. Why did he get excited when I said embroidery and wanted to give me needles and thread? If he knew, I should have said that I'm not interested in anything, I'm a local dog. Zhang Changning's indifferent face. Here again someone is invisible at Versailles. Zhang Changning looked at the old man pacing away with a little doubt, and pressed the sun hat on her head. How did she feel like she had seen this old man somewhere? It can't be at home, can it? Not many people seem to have come to her house. By the way, what promotional film are we going to shoot this time? Si fucking glanced around. There seems to be a lot of craftsmen here. I originally wanted to buy a potter. It's just to promote ancient culture. Zhang Changning nodded. This is the former site of the Tiandi Alliance, so the craftsmen are gathered here. I'm still wondering if the old man who plays chess with you is from the Tiandi Alliance. Among the four major alliances, except for the Divine Doctor Alliance, which has not yet been determined to exist, the other three major alliances have detailed records in history. It's just that with the changes of the times, although the alliance is still the same, it has a new name. Tiandi Alliance now also has a popular name. Literary Association. According to historical records, Emperor Yin was able to put a pen to settle the world, and Wu Neng was able to set the world on a horse. The Heaven and Earth Alliance recruited the world's mock and literati, and countless talents gathered together. Heaven and Earth Alliance has never participated in any wars, and it is cultural heritage. That's it. Si fucking thought thoughtfully. The old man is really good at chess, but he is too enthusiastic. She almost didn't hold back. Let's get ready, Zhang Changning said. I might have to need a clay figurine or something by myself. She sighed. It's okay to let her farm the land, but she really can't do the piano, chess, calligraphy, and painting. She decided to stand behind Si fucking today and lie flat as a salted fish. On the other hand, the host also asked the assistant to contact the agent of the D6 men's group and ask them to come over quickly. The agency of the D6 boy group is Shangxing Entertainment. The international development of Shangxing Entertainment is stronger than that of Tianol Media. It is also the only entertainment company that has cooperated with Chu Lingyuan. The hotel where the D6 men's team is located is only a few hundred meters away from this street. After receiving a call from the organizer, one of the teenagers knocked on the door next door. Captain, aren't you getting up? The organizer is urging us. The person on the bed was still stuffed under the quilt. Meng Shui didn't come. I asked, but Meng Shui didn't come. The teenager scratched his head. Her resources are not comparable to other people in their group, right? Tianol Media wants to help her enter the film and television industry, and is currently filming in the film and television city. Then I won't go. Chi Yu suddenly lost interest. If you have time, you might as well play 2 copies of Oracle. The teenager knew that Chi-Yu was a veteran player of Oracle and was playing before his debut. If it hadn't been discovered by a talent scout, it's 80% likely that he would have gone to the youth training team, and maybe he would have participated in international esports competitions in the future. Oracle is very popular. It is a game for all people. Most of the entertainment industry is playing it, and Meng Shui is one of them. The two had teamed up to play Ben. Chi-Yu admired Meng Shui's game skills. So I heard that I was going to record a promotional video with the Stargirl group, and Chi-Yu immediately asked the agent to pick it up. But Sci-Fi will come, the boy was a little excited. Captain, Daxia Shinyan, you don't want to meet the real person. Her game skills are too bad, so you didn't see it at the time. Chi-Yu was still covering his head, very tired. How can you compare with Meng Shui? When Neng put his pen to settle the world, and Wu Neng mounted the horse to set the world. From Romance of the Three Kingdoms. See you tomorrow. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 132. As a popular game, Oracle is not just blowing its popularity all over the world. Some simple dungeons are cleared within 20 minutes, so even if you are late to meet them, the stars who are rushing to announce every day, you can take time to play a few games. The D6 boy group and the Stargirl group had a stage together last year, and they also met at that time. After the stage, when they learned that Meng Shui and Senziasi were also playing Oracle, the two groups shared a dungeon. The young man did remember clearly that Sci-Fi was the pharmacist who was only responsible for adding blood. The result is such a simple profession, she can't even play. The final dungeon was successfully cleared, but it was still thanks to Chi-Yu and Meng Shui to turn the tide. Since then, Sci-Fi, who has been late to meet the loyal players of the Oracle, doesn't like Sci-Fi anywhere. To him, labeling a game like that kind of rubbish is clearly an insult to the game. Hey, Captain, you're also true. The boy was speechless. I didn't ask everyone in the entertainment industry to play games, you didn't enter the youth training team, and they all said that Sci-Fi has changed a lot. The most important thing is it's her looks, she's very beautiful. Of course, he also said in his heart that Yan Zhi dumped Meng Shui a few streets away. Not only Meng Shui, but even a few female artists who have become top-notch, Lun Yanzi couldn't compete with Sci-Fi. He can't wait to see the real person, and he must take a group photo. Okay, Chi-Yu lifted the quilt and sat up, still impatient. I'll have a meal with you that night, is this okay? It was only 15 minutes until 10 o'clock, and there was not much time left. The boy didn't say anything else, and hurried away with the other team members. Another boy laughed, you're right. He knew that the captain didn't like Sci-Fi, but he still mentioned it. Seriously, if Miss Meng was here today, he would be so excited that he wouldn't sleep all night. Meng Shuiren is quite good, and her business ability is also good. Another team member said, she and the captain had a lot of pa to do. It seems that Miss Si can't dance. Does he like Miss Meng? He likes oracles. The boy shrugged. Yesterday I saw him holding a computer, and he said that he must go online every day and go to the 9 God. God 9, several team members were surprised. Isn't the news of his return a rumor? Just a dozen days ago, the game forum was suddenly full of posts about 9. Every day, someone said that they saw the God 9 and a ghostly assassin leveling in a certain secret realm. Of course not. The teenager called up a post for a few people to read. Hey, did you see it? Someone photographed 9 with her sister in the forest that day. Nicknames can be faked. Besides God 9, which swordsman can get the title of one sword? Frost and Cold 14 states. The reason why 9 is the legend of Oracle is that even though he retired for more than 3 years, during this period, countless great players who played swordsman appeared, but he still failed to grab this unique title. In the whole Oracle, no one does not know 9 God. Then let's get it out. On Friday night several team members looked at each other, go to the dungeon door and squat God. Although I can't team up with 9 to play games, it's good to take a group photo as a souvenir. Gyuin play street here. The host came over, Mr. SI, the D6 men's team is here, let's talk, we'll start shooting right away. Okay, SI fucking gave an okay gesture and smiled lazily, I hope today's shooting goes well. The host also laughed. Just now the photographer said that Miss SI has given us a lot of popularity for this promotional video. I would like to thank Miss SI first. Sensei was on the side, but was completely ignored. The girl held injustice for her and said angrily, Zayasi, you are obviously the vice captain, and the company has also said that you will lead the team in this announcement. SI fucking is going too far, so arrogant. Sensei's face was ugly, what is she proud of? I still don't believe that I can't find a way to treat her. The two were talking, and the D6 men's team also arrived. Zhang Changning glanced at him, fortunately their captain didn't come, you don't have to look at his face. I see his face, SI fucking raised his eyebrows, I don't know him. Sister Ningning. A present for you, the young man trotted over, the hand cream I brought back from abroad is very useful. Zhang Changning was indeed not good at conversation, so he politely took it and nodded, thank you. Sister Wao Ching Ching. You really have become beautiful, the boy's eyes lit up, here, Hua gave you, I just bought it. Very good, with a wink, I'll call you sister when you come up. SI fucking blinked, but I didn't bring anything, I'll give you the gift tomorrow. No, no, the boy waved his hand, this is what a gentleman should do. The few remaining people looked at each other. It's over, this kid is a face control, or a sister control. Okay, teachers, today we are going to shoot until 2 o'clock. The host clapped his hands, please rest for 2 minutes, teachers, to save your energy. There are many craftsmen on this ancient street, and they mainly promote embroidery, clay figurines, paper cuts, and gukken. At 10 o'clock, the film officially started recording. The street corner is a candy man, and everyone bought one. SI fucking had just taken a photo, and when he turned around, he saw the young man eating the candy man directly. She looked complicated. Mr. SI, you don't know, he is greedy, and the agent controls him not to let him eat more, so he only eats more when recording programs and announcements. The boy next to him was very embarrassed, because the agent did not let him eat more. If you can interrupt it, he can eat it all. SI fucking glanced at the manager of the D6 men's group who was following the camera crew again. The manager's face was as black as the bottom of a pot. What a smart kid. Oh, it's a pity that the captain doesn't come. The teenager finished eating the candy man. What a good promotional video, you can eat and play, isn't this better than playing games every day? SI fucking also bought some things and introduced several types of gukken. The host immediately asked the camera crew to give the footage to the past. Sensei held his breath, completely speechless. She can now be sure that SI fucking was definitely pretending in the past, otherwise how could he know so much ancient culture? Boss, how do you sell this? SI fucking crouched down in front of a stall and pointed to one of the clay figurines. The boss said casually, 501. Sensei couldn't believe it, are you such a black-hearted boss? 500, why don't you go grab it? What? The boss gave her a sideways glance, took another puff of cigarette, and mocked in dialect, I see what you're filming, aren't you an internet celebrity? With such a high salary every day, a meal is only a few $1,000s. Not even 500. Having popularity does not mean having nationality. These craftsmen are also old and don't watch the current talent shows and online dramas at all. They don't know the top players in the entertainment industry, not to mention the Stargirl group and the D6 boy group, which have only been popular for a year. Sensei was blocked to the point that he had nothing to say, and his hands were shaking with anger. It's true that she has a high salary, but it doesn't mean that she is willing to be taken advantage of. SI fucking was not angry, She pointed at the mud block next to her with a smile. "Boss, how do you sell your mud?" Seeing that she was beautiful, the boss softened his tone. "Mud is not expensive, $10 a piece." "That's fine, give me 2 pieces." I fucking nodded. "Where's the paint?" 10 pieces of paint. The boss weighed 2 pieces of clay. "Little girl, it's not me, this clay figurine is not, I've been doing this work for decades, but if you want to learn, I can teach you." After speaking, he took a breath and sneered, "The gap between this person is really big, some people are polite, some people don't have tutoring." Sensei's face was ashen. Si fucking borrowed a utility knife again, and sat on the pony bar to start carving on the mud with the knife. Her hands were very fast, and she quickly carved the head, followed by the body. The host was stunned by the sight. "No, it's not. They want to promote ancient culture, yes, but the main purpose is to let the craftsmen here go abroad and introduce the traditional culture of Daxia." Why did Si fucking go directly to him? In a trance, the host remembered a sentence that was swiped on the screen recently. "Teacher Si can handle it, and she really does it herself when something happens." The boss sitting on the stool was so frightened that the smoke fell out, and the whole person was a little cracked. He recalled what he had said earlier and just wanted to give himself a big mouth. Here Si fucking pinched the 2 clay figurines. "Ning Ning is yours, this is mine." Zhang Changning looked at the miniature version of himself in her hand, and slowly raised his head. "What else is there that you, Si fucking, can't do? Does this work too?" "Cooking," Si fucking said lightly. "That's why I said we were born to be a couple, and together we are invincible." Zhang Changning was indifferent. "Start again, you scumbag." "Wow, Sister Ching Ching, you are too powerful," the young star worshipped. "Can you pinch me one? I'll give you money." Si fucking began to wonder if she had met a male version of Yu Tang. But it doesn't matter. In the end, the D6 men's team took a clay figurine of their own. "Mr. Si has a very strong ability to control the field," the host sighed. "We must cooperate with her more in the future, and we will not have to worry about the show at all." Today's recording ended successfully. The young man was reluctant to part. "Sister Ching Ching, remember to have dinner together at night." "Not at night," Si fucking declined. "I still have something to do, I'll be leaving after the recording." She really just wanted to lie down with salted fish, but what she promised, she must keep her promise. The teenager felt a little regretful. "Okay, see you tomorrow." At 6 o'clock, according to the address given by the old man, Si fucking spared a few alleys before arriving at his destination. This is a very spacious yard, surrounded by a faint fragrance of flowers. The old man was sitting on the rocking chair in the yard, and when he saw her figure, he straightened up immediately. "Hey, girl, you're on time, come in, there are no rules at home, so don't be cautious." "Hello." Si fucking looked at the feng shui layout occupationally. "You are really good here." "That's it, I bought it here specially." The old man took out the box that had been prepared a long time ago. Come here, it's for you, don't refuse, keep it, you can sell it." Si fucking took it first. "Oh, yes, you came just in time," the old man said again. "My latest circle of friends is still one liked, so give me a like." "Okay, no problem." Si fucking opened the old man's circle of friends to take a look. The latest one is a complimented ad. "Collect 30 likes, you can exchange for a large cup of milk tea for free." Si fucking fell into silence. She looked at the embroidery needles and the coils of thread that the old man had just given her, and the original price of the milk tea, and she was immediately impressed. Sure enough, ginger is still old and spicy. She must learn this kind of good habit in this province. Si fucking quickly gave the old man a compliment. Then he copied his copy directly and posted it on his circle of friends. There are not many people in her circle of friends, and she has cleaned it up again, and there are no more than 40 people. And because SI fucking seldom posts on his moments, after this moments were posted, only a few dozen people's WeChat also exploded. G:. Are you so poor as a dog? Is this still the Onmyoji with the first combat power? Worse than him. Paymenzi, Miss SI, I'll ask my dad to send you money. No. I'll let my dad buy it from the milk tea shop and give it to you. Thank you for your kindness to our family. What milk tea shop do you want? I should have given Miss SI more money in the first place, because his father said that Miss SI doesn't like common things like money. Didn't you see that his father couldn't even drink milk tea? Zhang Changning. Where are you? I'll buy a cup of milk tea and bring you there. Sure enough, she should still cut some of the grass her father planted to sell. Feng San, Miss SI, tell Brother Ju if you have something to do. Unnecessary. Yu Tang, you are so miserable, ninth uncle must have abused you again. When you come back, I will help you beat him. SI fucking. What with what? She responded uniformly. If you waste your words, give a thumbs up. Just after replying, a phone call came in directly. The words boss flashed on the screen. SI fucking was vigilant. Hello, boss. Come to Cross Street. Yu Zion paused. There is a milk tea shop next to it. What flavor do you want? SI fucking admitted defeat and whispered, can I have a glass of lemon sparkling water? Yeah, Yu Zion's voice was light, the big one, I know. When the call ended, SI fucking sighed. She just wanted to experience the joy of Jizan exchanging milk tea. If she posts this kind of moments again in the future, she must block her boss. Sir, my family is looking for me, I'll go first. SI fucking raised his head. I'll keep this embroidery thread for you first. It's impossible to sell it. How could I sell the culture? The old man's eyes narrowed and he smiled immediately. Okay, let's go. After SI fucking left the alley, he went to the cross street that Yu Zion said, and entered a store according to the address he sent. As soon as she came in, she saw the lemon sparkling water on the table. But that's not the point. There's a black gun next to it. Try it. Yu Zion raised her chin. How about the weight? SI fucking looked at the gun silently. She remembered that when she applied for a bodyguard job, she said that she could not use a gun. Could it be that she exposed her research on thermomechanics? The skills are quite overwhelming. She doesn't want to take another job. Boss, I don't know this stuff. SI fucking walked over and picked up the gun. The quality is good, give me a lot of waste. Well, I know Yu Zion drank tea slowly, so I will teach you. SI fucking. Oops. She never imagined that her boss, a busy man, was so leisure. Come here. Yu Zion waved at her, and said lightly, don't hide, come out. Bang bang bang. A few heavy noises fell, and several people fell from the ceiling one by one, and all fell to the ground, looking in a state of embarrassment. Feng San looked at the people on the ground. Are you sick? Also hide from the ceiling when they are deaf? Ninth brother, let me teach you. One of them jumped out. You really don't need to worry about such trivial matters. Why do you need to worry so much? And if you can't learn it, you should shoot it. Brother Ju, look at our brothers, who can't use a gun. This is the most basic. You don't know how to use a gun, and you have to ask Yu Zion to teach him. Can he be a guard like them? Most importantly, it's a girl, absolutely not. Yu Zion put down the teacup, calmly, you can't teach. The young man was stunned. Why can't I teach it? Brother Ju, you know my spear skills. Is he a sharpshooter? Yu Zion's eyebrows moved slightly, and before she said anything, SI fucking had already loaded the gun in his hand. This loading movement is very skilled, and Feng San is a little stunned. Isn't Miss SI not good at guns? Actually, I still know a little. SI fucking held the gun, so there is no need to teach. A little bit, The young man folded his arms. A little bit of it is not enough. Do you know how much material this gun consumes? You have to be able to hit the target at a distance of 1,000 meters. Si fucking moved his shoulders, picked up the gun, and aimed at the farthest target. Okay. Our ninth brother is really a very reliable person. Late. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Ching Qian. Chapter 133. There are no other people in this store, and the back door leads directly to the shooting range at the back. Although the farthest target is less than 1,000 meters, it is not less than 800 meters. What are you doing? Feng Sanyi slapped the young man on the shoulder, and his expression changed. You question Brother Ju, do you want to die? Do you know that Miss C's thigh must be hugged? If Brother Ju gets angry in the future, he and Miss Si can hide. I'm not questioning, the young man retorted loudly, I'm defending Brother Nine's reputation. Feng San. He suspected that Yu Tang had privately recommended some strange hot-blooded anime to this kid. Yu Zian finally spoke, her voice was cold, canyoning. I'm sorry, Brother Ju. Canyon immediately knelt down on one knee and lowered his head. I was wrong. Yu Zian raised her eyes, you don't need to know him in general. Canyoning. Feng San rejoiced in misfortune. No, I'm ready. Si fucking frowned, but then again, what good would it be if I hit? Otherwise, if you told me to hit me, wouldn't I be very embarrassed? Canyon was still kneeling on the ground. If you hit, I'll give you this month's salary. Anyway, their brothers often made bets in private, that's what they did. He is the king of gambling, when has he lost? Hearing this sentence, Si fucking's expression became happy. Deal. Feng San couldn't bear to see it. It's not good for this kid to mention something as sensitive as salary. Once Miss Si is serious, it will be a bit scary. Sure enough, Si fucking began to bargain, 1 shot a month, then I will get 12 shots, and you will pay me a year's salary. Since he was with Yu Zian, he must have some money on him. Canyoning was shocked, you haven't fought yet, what a big deal. Yu Zian picked up the teacup, smiled slightly, and affirmed, yes. The young men who fell from the ceiling like canyoning looked at each other. When did their lord also participate in this kind of gambling? Then I'll start, Si fucking said, pulling the trigger directly. Boom. Bullets flew out quickly. Canyoning didn't blink. Bang bang bang. One sound after another, there is almost no interval between each sound, without any pause. Her wrists didn't move at all, and there was no trace of tension on her face. Canyoning's expression was never taken for granted to jaw-dropping. Not to mention the hit rate, just the posture of Si fucking holding the gun is not just a little bit. After the 12 shots were fired, Si fucking turned the gun again, the recoil is so small, and the materials and crafting techniques are all excellent and powerful. She knew without Yu Zian saying that this was definitely made by the Mo family. This is a big debt, and she doesn't know that she will have to work for a few more months. Remember to give me your salary. Si fucking patted Canyon on the shoulder like a big brother, it's hard work, you're a worker, you've spent this year in vain. 11 fell back to his senses, his face flushed, who knows if you've been hit, not sure. He immediately went to the range behind. Feng San winked and followed with several other brothers. After a few people came to the innermost target, they couldn't help but fall silent when they looked at the bullet hole in the center. 12 shots, but nothing. Canyon only felt that he was struck by lightning, and his mind was not clear. She still calculated before shooting. Does this have to be a science student? Feng San was also silent. He should believe what Yu Tang said, Miss Si can do anything. Kenyon turned his head, his expression stiffened. Fengsan, my brother. Then what, can you help me? 1 year's salary is just handed over, and he can go to drink the northwest wind. I reminded you earlier that you didn't listen and even raised your salary. Feng San held his sword. Miss Si is already short of money. How many gold bricks can your salary in December be exchanged for? It's not enough at all. Canyoning only felt incredible. A few pieces are not enough. Is she the reincarnation of a gold-swallowing beast? Feng San shrugged and glanced at a few people. Where's Shenying from others? Oh, he just took a takeaway order. One person scratched his head. This order is far away, and they paid him an extra 20 for errands, so he went happily. Feng San. Being the subordinate of Brother Ju is also very hard. Indoor. Keep it, Yu Zion said again, for self-defense. Si fucking glanced at the gun in his hand. It should cost a lot of money, right? She used to like to collect all kinds of weapons, and she also reserved a suite next to the laboratory for storage. Whether it is a good gun, she can see at a glance. It's okay, Yu Zion said lightly, 100 million. Si fucking, I don't want it anymore. Yu Zion looked at her with her head raised, her brows raised slightly. I don't deduct your salary. Saving money is not saved here. You should know from the history books that military strength is always the most important thing. But I don't want to work anymore. Si fucking sighed. I really want to lie down. I want to lie down on the bed and wait for someone to serve me. How could she keep such a loser? Forget it, the pixie that I picked up, I had to raise it even when I was kneeling. Yu Zion raised her eyebrows slightly. It seems that you really want to be the Queen Mother. Of course. Si fucking flicked his eyes. The Queen Mother is a winner in life. It's 3 big happy events in life: when you get promoted and get rich and kill your husband. Yu Zion paused, and finally smiled. This is the first time I've heard your statement. But the Queen Mother still has to fight in the palace, and I'm even more tired. Si fucking leaned back on the chair. I'd better be a salted fish, honestly. Okay, he sighed inaudibly, with a bit of comfort in his voice. After attending the banquet tomorrow, go to the bank here to pick up a box of gold bricks, which is also your latest consultation fee. Yu Zion clearly knew that only when he suffered a very serious injury would Pixio urgently need gold bricks to replenish. But as long as it is well maintained, it is a great help to the owner. Pixio attracts wealth and treasures, attracts auspiciousness in the world, and can also enhance the owner's luck. Pixio is very rare, and there is only one in the world, so it is necessary to take good care of it. Ah, that's right. Si fucking suddenly stood up. Boss, I have something for you. She took a box out of her bag and handed it over. Inside is a white jade wrench. It was polished by an artist who made jewelry on Twigo Street today, and she used one of the ancient jades she got from Pei's house. Yu Zion's hand paused slightly, then raised her head. His Rufeng eyes were deep and deep, like a dark night, as if there was a flower blooming at the bottom of his pupils, which was very attractive and had a strong allure. Si fucking held his chin. Boss, it's like this. I thought you were a big man and definitely wouldn't wear a necklace, so I sharpened my finger. Yu Zion's fingers rubbed the jade wrench. Her voice could not hear any emotion. She was very calm and quiet. Knowing the great Xia dynasty, what does it mean when a woman gives a man a man's wrench? Si fucking was very honest this time. I don't know, I haven't read the Chronicles of Emperor Yin yet, so I need to read the history books carefully. You can read it again. Yu Zion smiled and nodded again. Listen to Feng San, are you playing games? Don't play. Si fucking was very decisive. I am an elite worker, how can I play games? I have already retired. Yu Zion paused. When the time is right, you can relax. Then don't play. Si fucking opened his eyes and said, nonsense, I actually don't like playing games at all. Games are too violent. Alright, there are a lot of tricks in the game, Girls of your age don't be deceived. Yu Zion said nothing. Call Shang Fengsan, we're going back. Here, the dinner of the D6 men's group and the Star Girl group is also over, and Senzaisi returned to the hotel. It looks like Si fucking won't come back. The girl glanced at her. Does she have a place to live here? How is that possible? Senzaisi snorted lightly. She can't even afford a toilet. Machin is located in the center of the Great Xia Empire and is also an important transportation hub. Although it is not as developed as the 4 or 9 cities, it is also an international metropolis. Especially next to the ancient streets, the price of a square meter of ordinary houses is more than 120,000 yuan, let alone luxury villas. Zhang Changning didn't come back either. Senzaisi's eyes flickered. Let's go into their room. The girl was stunned. Is this not good? Two poor and sour devils, what good things can they have in their room? Senzaisi didn't care. I'll ask the hotel for a room card. As a group friend, the room card is very easy to come. Senzaisi swiped his card to enter Si fucking and Zhang Changning's room. There are not many things in the room, but it is very clean. There are only a few bottles and cans on the bedside, which are skincare products. Have you seen it? Even the miscellaneous brands that use skincare products, can they still afford a house in Machin? Senzaisi weighed one of the bottles. I don't even want this kind of skincare products for me. After speaking, she casually let go. With a bang, the glass bottle fell to the ground, shattering into pieces, and the essence water inside also flowed to the ground. This is not enough. Senzaisi didn't even bother to use his hands this time, so he kicked the bedside table with his feet. Bang bang bang. All the glass bottles and jars smashed to the ground, and the floor was in a mess. One of the small iron cans was not broken, and Senzaisi specially poured out all the paste inside. I don't know what it was, but it all got her hands dirty. Come on, you cut their quilts too. Senzaisi mocked with a smile on his face. Let her steal my limelight on the announcement. If she didn't give Si fucking a look, she would not be the vice captain. Girls do the same. After finishing everything, Senzaisi went back to his room, ready to take a bath. Si fucking didn't play the game tonight because he was going to record a whole day of promotional videos tomorrow. After coming out of Yu Zion's villa, he and Zhang Changning had some supper at the snack street outside before returning to the hotel. The door is wide open. You don't have to go in, you can see what's going on in the room at a glance. Si fucking's expression was quite calm. Ning Ning, look for it, have you lost anything? All her things were kept by Yu Zion, including the change of clothes. Zhang Changning's eyes turned cold. It's all worthless little things. If you're talking about valuables, it's the jar of hand cream you gave me. However, Si fucking knew that the herbs Zhang Changning gave her were top quality herbs. Can the customized skincare products he used be cheap? Adjust the monitoring and call the police. Zhang Changning said coldly. It's impossible to forget about this. She doesn't like socializing, it doesn't mean she has a good temper. Well, calculate how much you lost. Si fucking turned his head. Ning Ning, wait by the side. Zhang Changning was stunned, and before he could say anything, he saw Si fucking leave the door. Immediately afterwards, there was a loud bang, and the door next to it was kicked open. On the bed, Senzaisi put on the mask, ready to sleep after taking care of her skin. She was shocked to be choked by the essence dripping from the mask, and her face was very ugly. Si fucking, what are you doing? It's already what time, you don't check the time. There will be a promotional video tomorrow, can you not disturb other people's rest? When she said the latter, her arrogance was a bit lacking. Senzaisi didn't expect that Si fucking would come back tonight, much less that Si fucking would kick the door directly. Is this door made of tofu? It's still a star hotel, why is it so weak? Si fucking's brows and eyes were cold, she didn't say a word, and walked to the bed in a few steps. His right hand stuck out like lightning, grabbed Senzaya's shoulder directly, and lifted her up from the bed. Ah, the girl who shrank on the other bed screamed, clutching the quilt tightly, with a look of extreme fear on her face. Bang! Senzaya was pressed down on the balcony, the weightlessness in the air made her scream, and she struggled desperately, "Si fucking, what are you doing? Are you crazy? How dare you do it directly?" Si fucking reached out his hand casually, and hung half of Senzaya's body out of the window. She lowered her head, her brows and eyes were cold, and her voice was very low, quiet. "Where is the love scene? QWQ, see you tomorrow." After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Ching Qian. Chapter 134. Senzaya's screams were all stuck in his throat. She stared, and when she felt her body move outward again, she didn't even dare to move. Fear pressed his nerves, and Senzaya's tears suddenly fell. "Let me go. Let me go. You are murder. Is Si fucking really crazy? There are paparazzi eyeliner everywhere in the entertainment industry. Is Si fucking not afraid of being photographed? Do you still think there are not many black hot searches and black fans?" Senzaya knew how crazy Si fucking's black fans were, the kind who chased after the stage backstage to throw acid. Si fucking held Senzaya's shoulder with one hand, waited, and smiled, "Ning ning, how long until the police arrive?" 5 minutes. Zhang Changning leaned against the door, "They will be here soon." Another girl huddled on the bed, not even breathing loudly. "Okay," Si fucking casually said, "then you can stay here for 5 more minutes." Senzaya only felt that she was about to fall. This is the 16th floor. If she falls, will she still survive? She was getting more and more frightened, and she was already crying. Where is the previous arrogance? Don't let go, I beg you not to let go. That may be the case. Si fucking's fingers loosened. This is the 16th floor, right? Senzaya didn't dare to scream, her body was shaking violently. Suddenly, an unpleasant smell escaped. She was terrified of incontinence. Si fucking still didn't let go. She tilted her head. "Aren't you quite arrogant?" At this time, Zhang Changning shouted, "Sisi, here we come." Si fucking brought Senzaya in without hesitation, and then released his hand. "Police. The police murdered me." Senzaya almost rolled and crawled. "She wanted to throw me out just now. She wants my life, Mr. Police." The policeman who came over was stunned for a moment, and subconsciously looked at Si fucking. Si fucking was obedient and clever. "Uncle, I have very little strength." Zhang Changning pinched his brows. Senzaya's voice was sharp, "You are talking nonsense. You lifted me up with one hand, why are you so weak?" Even she couldn't understand. Si fucking was obviously very thin and weak when he was in the regiment. Why did everything change all of a sudden? Zhang Changning said calmly, "We weighed during our physical examination last year. You weighed 105 pounds, and Sisi only weighed 95 pounds. How did she lift you up?" "Okay, we've called for surveillance." The police nodded. "The surveillance only shows that you broke into other people's rooms without permission to destroy other people's finances. There is no evidence to prove what you said." Senzaya was incredulous. "Impossible. She smashed a lot of our skincare products." Si fucking hugged his arms. "Ning ning, how much are your skincare products?" Zhang Changning hesitated, but still said, "There may be hundreds of thousands. Her father can't do anything else, grass can still be sold very expensively." Senzaya was even more unbelievable. "What are you talking about? Hundreds of thousands? Are you deceiving people on purpose? Skincare products that don't even have a logo can reach hundreds of thousands. International first-line luxury brands do not offer such prices. I have the agency's appraisal certificate and certificates of various ingredients here." Zhang Changning was too lazy to talk nonsense with Senzaya. it doesn't mean it's not worth the price if it's not sold outside. The policeman just glanced at it, his expression changed, and he instantly respected Zhang Changning. The property destroyed is as high as several 100,000, so we can file a case. Hearing this sentence, Senziasi was dumbfounded. That's a miscellaneous brand, what hundreds of thousands? If Zhang Changning used luxury goods, of course she would have to be careful. The bottles all look shoddy. Is there some kind of panacea inside? Can it be so expensive? Mine is cheaper. It should be tens of thousands. I fucking said slowly. Uncle, when will she make up the money? You can let her out. The police nodded. We will also issue a penalty policy here at the hotel. Senziasi was taken away like this, and he would definitely not be able to get out in a short time. There is indeed a lot of money in her card, but she is not willing to pay Zhang Changning so much. I can't sleep here. I fucking kicked the door again. Let's change. Zhang Changning hummed, let's go. The two left, and there was only one girl left in the room. She shivered for a while, then took out her phone and sobbed, Sister Feng, come over here, I fucking is really crazy. Early the next morning, the filming of the promotional film began the next day. The host found out that there were only I fucking and Zhang Changning in the Starry Sky Girls group, and was stunned. Where are the other two teachers? I fucking took a bite of the bun. One is at the hospital, and the other is at the police station. The host was stunned and startled. Did they do something? Zhang Changning answered, deliberately destroy other people's property. The host nodded. Regardless of whether it was serious or not, he decided to delete all the scenes of Senziasi. Sister Ching Ching, the young man trotted over, blushing, Sister Ching Ching, you are a lot more beautiful today. Ah, it's you, I brought you a present. I fucking turned his head. By the way, I haven't asked yet, what's your name? Juvenile. Zhang Changning. Young resentment, Sister Ching Ching, we have worked together twice on stage. When you were the background board, I even danced around you a few times. I fucking was expressionless. Do I still have to thank you? No, the boy looked serious. Prove that I am a beauty discovering machine. I knew you were beautiful before. Okay, I can talk. I fucking took out a medicine bottle from his bag. I see that you have bruises on your arm. I'll give you some ointment. Apply it twice a day in the morning and evening. It's very effective. Sister Ching Ching, you are really attentive, I like you so much. The boy stared again. My name is Yeji, don't forget. I fucking turned his head indifferently. She still met a male version of Yu Tang. I fucking and his party were recording here, and there were many uncles and aunts playing chess and mahjong beside the street. Yesterday's old man also came, but he didn't learn chess skills with anyone, but moved a small ponytail and basked in the sun leisurely. There was a middle-aged man behind him, and he was a little surprised. President, you are in a hurry, just to come to see someone shooting? Yeah, doesn't she look very beautiful? The old man squinted his eyes. Oh, it's a pity, I don't have a grandson, otherwise I have to do it first. Middle-aged man. You don't need to do this. President, do you think she is a bit like a person? The middle-aged man frowned. No, there should be someone like her. Oh, I did a search yesterday. The old man slowly picked up the teacup. This little girl is a new face in the entertainment industry, and she also said that she unified the aesthetics of the entertainment industry, and she is the face of internal entertainment. Other people should be like her. How many years have they been so beautiful? Middle-aged man. Are you so trendy? He was a little ashamed. The middle-aged man lowered his voice. I am serious, President. Do you remember the G family in Sijukan? The old man thought for a while, then nodded. I have an impression. At that time, their family came to T&D Alliance and asked you to teach their young lady the piano, chess, calligraphy, and painting. The middle-aged man said, I went with you at that time, and I met Miss G, who was raised in a deep boudoir, and talked with this secretary. The lady is very similar. He thought for a while, and then said, but I can't say how much she looks alike. Of course, she is not as beautiful as Miss Si, but she always admits her mistake at first glance. I almost thought it was Miss G who was here just now. It's really weird. I don't remember this. The old man picked up the fan and shook it. There are many people who have invited me. I don't teach everyone, I need that talent. I don't have the slightest impression, which means that it's either uncharacteristic or dull. The middle-aged man choked. He slandered, if you want your old man to like you, you can't say that you are talented, you have to say that you are perverted. So I decided to find an heir. The old man pondered, how about this little girl? The middle-aged man was stunned for a moment, then quickly glanced at Si. Fucking, are you serious? Seriously, the old man thought for a while, but this little girl doesn't seem very willing. I have to find a way to abduct her. You can investigate and find out what she likes. The middle-aged man was still in a state of shock. Huh? The old man kicked him. What are you doing? Hurry up. The middle-aged man wiped his face, feeling that he was seriously frightened today and needed to slow down. He recalled the G family's situation. The two daughters of the G family are treated completely differently. One was raised as a boy since he was a child. When he was 3 years old, he was sent to Kinjun League. He heard that he was injured all over his body. The other was a baby, raised in a boudoir without revealing her face, so delicate that it could be broken when touched, and even fewer people had seen her. But I haven't heard of G's family and other daughters. The middle-aged man walked away quickly while thinking. The old man sat on the pony and basked in the sun. Here, followed the host of the photography group to answer a call. Hello? They want us to find a way to go to the TND Alliance building to shoot? Crazy. Is that a place to enter? Heaven and Earth Alliance can let them enter this little promotional video? For so many years, only when Daxiatai was filming a cultural documentary did it get permission from the TND Alliance. Don't even think about other film and television dramas. If you go, you will hit a wall. In particular, the older generation of the TND Alliance who guarded the cultural heritage were very reluctant to show their faces. This is simply a big problem. There is nothing we can do about this. The host took a deep breath. Unless you can contact the people inside the TND Alliance, and the promotional video is already perfect, with the help of teacher SI, we have photographed a lot of valuable lens. Okay, if we can go, we will definitely go, we will try our best. When the call ended, the host looked sad. Si fucking keenly discovered his abnormality. What's wrong? The host repeated the instructions just now. Zhang Changning also heard it. There's actually not much to see inside the building. Who knows? The host sighed. Heaven and Earth Alliance represents the pinnacle of Daxia culture. It's so easy to rub off, but there's nothing I can do about it, so I can only try my luck tomorrow. Zhang Changning didn't say anything, and started to learn paper cutting with his boss. Fucking. The day's recording ended successfully. In the evening, Si fucking and Yu Zion went to the banquet. Kenyon slammed on the door of the villa, despairing in his heart, I've fallen out of favor. Usually, the person who will be brought by the master must be me for this kind of banquet. Feng San glanced at him and snorted coldly, do you think you've been spoiled? You know shit. Kenyon became even more desperate, I'm so poor now that I can't even afford to eat. Okay. Feng San felt happy. Who can blame this? Shen Ying. Shen Ying, you are my brother. Kenyon grabbed the phone and made a call. Quick, I also want to register a Takeaway Brothers account, and I'll go deliver the takeout with you. What? You said I robbed you of your business? That's fine, I can always deliver the courier, right? Feng San. If you let the elders know, they will definitely be mad at the work they do. But today's banquet is very ordinary. With Miss Si here, he should be worried about someone else. The banquet was held at a hotel in the city center. The only special thing is that all the guests who come and go wear masks. Uzion got out of the car first, and he was still in a wheelchair. After getting off the bus, he went to pick her up. Si was about to jump straight down, but his back was slightly cold. His hands wrapped around her waist. Si's body tensed, and her hand was about to lift up to attack, but she stopped at a critical moment. Uzion noticed that she was slightly tense, patted her lightly, and let go. Relax. Still a girl after all. Not skilled at this kind of thing. I'm taking it easy. Si coughed, it's just that the roles have changed, I'm not used to it. Uzion looked back at her, role switch. Si don't pay attention to me, cosplay, role-playing, is too much. When she and the third senior sister were on assignments, they occasionally attended banquets together to ambush drug lords. Usually, she easily turns into a man. The waist is also her hug of the third sister's waist. Yeah, Uzion didn't ask any further, he nodded lightly, let's go in. As soon as Si entered, he realized that this was not a banquet for ordinary people. Even if it's just a waiter with a plate, watching his footsteps and breathing, you can know how much he has practiced martial arts. Boss Si blinked, is there someone here who wants to slap you? Uzion tapped the handle of the fan in her hand and smiled, then see if they dare. Don't worry, boss, I will definitely protect your safety. Si was serious, this time I am sincere. Uzion was silent and smiled lightly, I know. During the 3-hour banquet, Si was ready to throw everyone down. But in fact, the banquet ended very smoothly, so smoothly that there were no disputes. Si has some doubts about life. After she came out, Uzion really took her to the bank to pick up a box of gold bricks. He leaned on the back of the wheelchair and supported his chin in his hand, diagnosis fee. Si fell into deep thought. Shouldn't her boss be giving her money? Are there such good capitalists in the world? She decided to treat her boss better in the future. Si took Uzion back to the villa, took Xiaobai from Shanglu, and stuffed it into his bag. I asked you to eat 5 yuan today, I don't believe that I can't raise your strength back. Ouch! Xiaobai buried his head and started to frantically eat gold bricks, moved to tears. The dog owner actually had such a generous day, and the dog cried. Si picked up his bag, thinking that she had just told Uzion that she would not play games, so he found an internet cafe near the ancient street. Because of the geographical location, there are not many people in internet cafes. But basically they are playing oracles. Si logged into the game, bought another bottle of Coke, and enjoyed it in the gaming chair. The voice of conversation came from the door. Let's see if we can squad to God 9 today, which dungeon are we going to play in a while? Let's go to the PK field, who knows how difficult the boss in the dungeon will be tomorrow. I'm not going to PK anymore, I'm going to farm, and my vegetables are ready. Yeji, your kid is really an outlier, but if you can squad to 9 today, the captain probably won't be able to sleep. Hearing the familiar voice, Si raised his head. The eyes of both sides meet. The members of the D6 boy group were also stunned. A boy stammered, Si, teacher Si, are you actually here at this time? Chi-Yu frowned, looked over indifferently, and couldn't help but be stunned. Under the light, the girl's brows and eyes became clearer, her complexion was extremely bright, an aggressive beauty, and a thrilling feeling came to her face. Chi-Yu pursed his lips, but now he believed why the internet said that Si was an internal entertainer. Such a face value, there is really no way to black. It's a pity that the game technology is too poor, and the dishes are still playing, which is a waste of time. Wow, Sister Ching Ching, Yeji's eyes suddenly lit up, he ran over, and glanced at Si computer screen. Seeing the familiar game loading progress bar, he suddenly became more excited. Are you also playing Oracle? What profession are you playing? Let's add a friend. What's your nickname? Good morning. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Ching Qian. Chapter 135. Si fucking didn't do his trick this time, and leaned back on the chair lazily. Go away, kid. She was about to practice the piano and turned around to kill the black-hearted sneak attack monster, and she didn't have time to listen to Yeji blow the rainbow fart. Sister Wha Ching Ching, although I call you sister, but I'm actually 1 year older than you. Yeji felt wronged. I'm not a child anymore. Yeji Chiyu finally said, come here. Yeji had to leave. Chiyu folded his arms and said, if the skill is too poor, one person can't practice anything, so he can only waste time, or you can ask Meng Shui to teach you. Si fucking's expression stopped, his eyes finally fell on Chiyu's body, but he quickly moved away indifferently. She moved the mouse and slowly opened the character information management panel. ID, Whisper. Occupation, Pianist. Level 180. Ingot, 928599173. After the nickname, there are 2 more letters. GM. GM, Game Manager. The game administrator is responsible for maintaining the rules of the game, and can supervise, delete, and mute roles, and has great authority. And the GM account has an advantage, that is, you can adjust the level of the game character, but the equipment and skills still need to be played by yourself. So she created a new piano player role under her GM account. Si fucking felt a little regretful. If this administrator account can be sold, her ingots can be sold for a lot of money. Sister Ching Ching, you play the piano teacher. Yeji couldn't help but poked his head. We are playing the dungeon now, and there is just one place missing. Come on, I'll pack your coke tonight. Si fucking glanced at him. Okay, let's have a game. Because the lower limit of the operation is high, there are many people playing the profession of piano teacher, and there are more girls than boys. The boy was curious. Mr. Si plays the piano teacher, isn't it because of the 9 gods? Is the 9 gods the idol of teacher Si? As soon as these words came out, Yeji suddenly felt a little cold. Si fucking turned his head expressionlessly and said, I treat him as an idol. It was too late for her to kill him. Hey, isn't it? The boy touched his head. Anyway, Mr. Meng and many girls play the piano because of this great god, 1 9 god and 1 9 god, and it really divides the world of our national costume. Si fucking shrunk the coke can. She didn't want to be brought up with the sneak attack monster at all. 7 people entered the copy. Chiyu said again, you are responsible for adding blood, don't do anything else, hide behind. Si fucking finally became impatient, her brows and eyes were cold. Can you stop beeping? Use you to teach. A belated frown. But the dungeon had already started. He didn't say anything else, and concentrated on playing the game. Yeji was very happy. Sister Ching Ching, stand behind me and I will protect you. He just finished speaking. Zheng. The sound of the piano sounded, and the game monster in front of him fell to the ground. Si fucking plucked out his ears and said lazily, what did you say? Yeji is as quiet as a chicken. He didn't say anything. The rest of the D6 men's team were even more surprised, so that when the copy ended, they still hadn't recovered. A 20-minute copy took only 10 minutes. Stop playing. Si fucking pushed the keyboard and logged out of the administrator account. You guys are too bad. Bringing a girl is fun, what does she picture with a man? With such a low-level dungeon, she could clear the level in 1 minute at worst. I thought she could lie down. Yeji could only roll away. As soon as he rolled back, he saw Chiyu looking at the record panel just now in a daze. After the copy is over, the system will be graded. In this battle, Sci-fi was the first, and he won the MVP, Most Valuable Player. Captain, look at what I said, Sister Ching Ching has really changed a lot. Yeji was very excited. Look, she's the MVP. She was really amazing in gaming skills just now. It's amazing. I announced that she is me goddess. Auxiliary occupations are easy to take. First place, Yu returned to his senses, and this is also what Meng Shui taught. Meng Shui taught, Yeji was taken aback. Why did Meng Shui teach? Yu took it for granted. Who can she reach in the entertainment industry? Wasn't it taught by Meng Shui? Besides, she also played as a violinist and took the attack route. Because of the appearance of the great player 9, the violinist's attack method has been developed a lot. Yeji was speechless. Captain, if you're not busy yourself, don't think that the captains of other regiments are not busy. Meng Shui is so busy that she doesn't have time for her own games, so why don't you teach Sister Ching Ching? Yu was too lazy to explain. Okay, just pull a passerby and we'll fight. Suddenly, a team member shouted, Captain, God 9. Right next to you. The map section in Oracle imitates reality. When the game player logs in, the system will send the game character to the nearest city. This proves that 9 is in Mexico City. All of a sudden, the entire internet cafe was in chaos. Where is where? Brother, give me the coordinates, hurry up, let's go and have a look. Yu hurriedly looked, but couldn't even see the after image. Only a few seconds, the boy was very excited, but it's definitely the God of 9, I saw his title. Yu couldn't help but take a breath. How close is it? He calmed down. Don't fight the copy first, go to God 9 first. Sci-fi's game skills today really gave him a big surprise. But nothing is more important than 9 God. Sci-fi glanced at the game friend list. The avatar of the white-robed musician is gray. Not online. The murder plan failed. Kill another day. Sci-fi quit the tuba, picked up a dozen cokes that Yeji bought for her, and walked out of the internet cafe slowly. The next day. In the morning, TND Alliance headquarters building. The middle-aged man was debriefing, and he was ashamed. President, I didn't know what Miss Si likes. How can I have such a stupid junior as you? The old man hated that iron was not steel. Now that the internet is so developed and she is a star, you won't go to her super talk and ask a question. Middle-aged man. You still know that Weibo is super talkative, and you also know that you can post to ask fans, which is really incredible. The middle-aged man had no choice but to touch Si super words, and sent a message to ask Si Legion. As soon as the post was posted, there were many comments. Coke fried chicken. I can't tell what my wife likes, only that she wants to lie down. You say she is Buddhist, she doesn't post on Weibo. You say she is Taoist, and she is the first to go against the black. I don't know what idol I have fanned. Light a cigarette. JPG. Money. Who doesn't like money? Woohoo, if I have money, I'll take care of it, and I'm the only one who can watch it at home. Middle-aged man. What is this all about? But beyond that, he really didn't receive any useful information. I had to reply Musie's comment to the old man. Yes, the old man thought seriously, go out now, buy a box of all the flavors of Coke in the supermarket, and let the chef make a fried chicken and cheese waterfall hot pot. The president of the meeting, how do you know that? The middle-aged man was shocked. Then do we have to prepare some money? Money is too vulgar, money can't be used, this is not in line with the ethos of our Heaven and Earth Alliance. The old man pondered for a while, then remembered, go to the warehouse, bring my big gilt vase from the Great Xia dynasty, and pack it well. President, you bought it from the Western continent. The middle-aged man's heartbeat soared again. After finally calming down, his eyes widened. You're giving it away? You can say that you want to treat it as a family heirloom. The base of this large gilt vase is made of gold and inlaid with many gems. The Heaven and Earth Alliance personally mobilized to redeem this vase from the merchants in the Western continent. It was extremely precious. The middle-aged people never thought that they would send it, as the president said. For a genius, everything is worth it. The old man squinted. I have observed her for a long time, and she knows a lot, including embroidery. That day, he gave the needle and thread to Sci-fi, and just by looking at the way she held the thread and pinched the needle, he knew that she was definitely not only good at embroidery. The old man sighed. There are very few people who have calmed down and learned these things. It's a pity. Not bad, the middle-aged man agreed, but she doesn't look like she's in her 20s yet. Where does she know so much? What are you doing with so much? Abduct people first. The old man slapped the table. Come on, they're still recording the show, and I won't know where to find them after a while. The middle-aged man didn't dare to say more, and hurried to act. At this time, the ancient culture propaganda film has been filmed. All are steered and driven. Zhang Changning became a salted fish for a few days as he wished, and his body and mind were very comfortable. She inevitably sighed. Sissy, you really know a lot, where did you learn it? It was very boring for her to learn the identification of medicinal herbs from her father since she was a child, so she didn't want to touch the piano, chess, calligraphy, and painting at all. Ah, I learned it in the game. Sci-fi rolled his eyes, but his expression was very light. The time in the game is different from the reality. In reality, you can learn a lot of things by playing games for a year, and a lot of things can happen. Holographic games are equivalent to a real world. Zhang Changning. Sometimes she couldn't understand what Sci-fi was saying. But the bullshit is over. Teacher Si, the host shouted, let's make a finishing touch. He had a good idea. The headquarters building of the TND Alliance is definitely impossible to enter, so take pictures outside the TND Alliance, and rounding up is equivalent to their visit. I won't go. Sci-fi squatted in front of the tree pit, biting a dog's tail grass. I play with ants, and this time you can shoot their boy group. Also, although the host is a bit regretful, the popularity of the D6 boy group is not lower than that of the Stargirl group. Especially when it's late today. He is a popular male idol with 30 million Weibo fans, and he has a strong fan base. The late fans heard the sound. Because the TND Alliance couldn't get in, I took a picture of the building for everyone. The host enlivened the atmosphere. In order to compensate you, let your idol dance for you later. The barrage screamed. It is very impatient to meet late, but it can only be accepted. The TND Alliance is really difficult to enter. I have a sister who is close to Xia University's Fine Arts Department, and she has to be the first in the department to visit the TND Alliance building. Every time I mention Heaven and Earth Alliance, I feel back when 100 schools of thought contended in the Great Xia dynasty. I have to say that although the name of the Literature and Art Association is quite popular, it is really too earthy. So if Meng Shui was there today, maybe he would go in. Isn't Meng Shui able to dance classical dance? This is the key to preserving culture. It just so happened that Chi Yu said the same thing. It's a pity that Mr. Meng didn't come, otherwise Mr. Meng would take us in. The host laughed. So, Mr. Meng's artistic cell is very developed. Yet Chi Yu nodded calmly. She's good at drawing too. Chen Yu is a fan of Meng Shui. This is simply a fanboy. Because we Yuzhe are loyal fans of Oracle, Meng Shui's game is considered a good game among stars, so he appreciates it. The Stargirl group has indeed not been together for a long time. I don't know who used to hold back the girl group every day every time Meng Shui was in the belt and 5, now she's done, she's removed her makeup, and she's on fire, and she doesn't know how to be grateful to her teammates. Someone came out of the building. Host, you go to interview. Zhang Changning raised his head and saw a middle-aged man hurried out of the revolving door, down the steps, and went straight across the road. Don't embarrass me, everyone. The host smiled bitterly. If you rush forward, you will definitely be kicked out. Who doesn't know that the people in the Heaven and Earth Alliance are more stinky than the other? He seems to be looking for someone. Oh, stop, let me take a look. Let's go everyone, let the people in the headquarters building of the TND Alliance come out and find them in person. It is estimated that they are the top art students of Sia University. Miss S.I., the middle-aged man finally found S.I. fucking who was playing with ants. He wiped his sweat, bent down, and lowered his voice. Miss S.I., our president has a request. After Ching Ching knew the true identity of the white-robed Chin master. S.I. fucking, smiley face, I will sort out the outline to see if I can save a draft for everyone to add to cook in a few days. See you tomorrow. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Ching Qian. Chapter 136. After saying this, the middle-aged man looked at the ants on the ground and fell into contemplation. Could it be that Miss S.I. still likes ants? What else can this send? S.I. fucking really didn't expect that she could be found while squatting here. She looked up. President. Gu Huiyan, our president. The middle-aged man was extremely sure. I played chess with you the day before yesterday. S.I. fucking wiped his hands. Is something wrong? There is something very important, the middle-aged man said tentatively. How about we go in and talk? Okay. S.I. fucking stood up. I'll go with you. The middle-aged man sighed in relief. Miss S.I. is here. S.I. fucking followed behind him, remembered something when he walked to the steps, and turned around again. Ning ning, I'll go in, you don't have to wait for me. This time, even Zhang Changning took 3 beats to react. The whole place was dead silent. The host seemed to have forgotten the words. The barrage also stopped. A few seconds later, the live broadcast room was full of question marks. Quick, I'm going to change a pair of glasses, it must be the wrong way of opening my eyes. Who said just now that people are going to invite the top students of the art department of Sia University? Open your eyes to see clearly. Wife. Your wife has entered the Tiananmen building and you are so powerful. Wife, she's about to stand up. Mom is pleased. Are you a boyfriend fan or a mother fan in front of you? My heart is going to explode. Who can tell me why S.I. fucking was invited in? Meng Shui didn't come today, so don't mention her there and step on Ching Ching. Yes, you Meng Shui will be able to enter the TND Alliance building when you come. See now, Ching Ching was invited in. This time, the fans of the Starry Sky Girls group shut up and never dared to mention Meng Shui again. The face hurts. Chi Yu pursed his lips, hesitated, and asked Zhang Changning, who was the only one present, she knows art. TND Alliance is the pinnacle of Daxia culture, and it is too late to avoid the stars. Why would they take the initiative to invite them? Zhang Changning treated him indifferently. I don't know. But Ye spoke quickly. Didn't I say that Sister Ching Ching knows a lot of things? She can make clay figurines, and she can also cut paper, and she should also be able to play the guqin. When Chi Yu heard this, he didn't believe it much. The meeting is normal, the meeting is different, and the plenum can be human? Yeji, this fanboy filter is heavy enough. The host was in a mess, and even the camera crew stopped filming and he was still confused. Until a phone call woke him up. Jing, manager. The host was in a trance. We were not able to enter the TND Alliance building in the city, but Teacher S.I. did. They really make a fortune. At this time, S.I. fucking followed the middle-aged man into the elevator. There are 32 floors in the building, and Gu Huiyan's personal office is on the 22nd floor. I won't go in. The middle-aged man was very polite. Miss S.I. and the president chat slowly. S.I. fucking hadn't thought about the slow chat method. She pushed open the door, and before she went in, she couldn't help but stop. There are boxes of Coke on the floor, and in the middle is a large table with a Big Mac version of a cheese fried chicken hot pot. Gu Huiyan sat at the table and waved at her. Come here, didn't you have lunch? I've got it for you. Si fucking. This old man, how can he handle people like that? Like Si fucking, Xiaobai also smelled the food. Ow, Xiaobai poked his head out of the bag excitedly, and saw a large gilded vase not far away at a glance. Ow! It can eat it all. Xiaobai jumped out impatiently and was about to run over. But as soon as he opened his small paw, he was lifted by a hand. Could Si fucking not know what a certain Pixie was thinking? You dog. Gu Huiyan saw it and pushed his glasses. It's a bit like a painting I've seen before. Si fucking's fox eyes suddenly narrowed. What painting? I'm looking for it. Gu Huiyan began to look through his collection of hand-painted books. 10 minutes later, he opened one of the sides. This is the picture, this is the normal form of the Pixie. Oh, it really looks like it? Si fucking looked at him and fell silent. As expected of the president of the Heaven and Earth Alliance, this kind of picture book has been collected. Si fucking's expression remained unchanged, and he smiled. Old Gu, Xiaobai is a girl, so she wears a small skirt. If you don't have a butt, what are you wearing a skirt for? Xiaobai raised his chest proudly. That's right, it's a little fairy. Gu Huiyan looked at the pink skirt Xiaobai was wearing, and this time it was his turn to be silent. He's really demonic. Pixie is an auspicious beast in mythology. Modern people just buy a few Pixie sculptures and put them in their houses to make money. If there really exists Pixie, how could this little girl be so poor? That's it, girl. Gu Huiyan entered the topic. I want to ask you to do a business. There is a youth culture exhibition in the West Continent, and young people under the age of 20 are required to participate. There is no limit to the title and type. I don't worry about Chinese painting and calligraphy. The TND Alliance has sent the works, and now there is only embroidery left. Can I ask you to embroider a pair? Blind the eyes of those foreigners. Si Fu raised his hand for a while, and her eyes narrowed. This old man was indeed an old fox, and it was obvious at a glance that she had learned. Okay, Si fucking took a bite of the fried chicken. Just once, I'll help you, you don't need anything. No, it's okay to ask someone to do things and take things. Gu Huiyan nodded. I asked your fans, they said you like to drink Coke, I'll prepare it for you, and this vase, too. Is you. Hearing this sentence, Xiaobai's eyes brightened, and Seizi ran to the vase. This vase is very valuable, so I won't take it. Si Fu clenched his fists. I may donate it to the museum if I take it, but Mr. Gu keeps it for himself. She got up and went to catch a certain Pixie. Xiaobai hugged the big gilt vase tightly, and didn't want to leave. Si fucking opened its claws ruthlessly. Xiaobai burst into tears. Gu Huiyan stroked his beard. Although it is not a Pixie, he loves money just like the Pixie. It should be the pet that follows the owner's temperament. After sending Si fucking away, Gu Huiyan slowly returned to the table, opened his notepad, and made a tick in the first column. The first step to kidnap the disciples is success. The other side. Feng Piazi finally arrived in Mexico City and went to the police station to bail Senziasi. When Senziasi came out, her body was trembling, and she couldn't believe that she just came out to take a notice and went into the police station. She didn't know if any paparazzi had photographed her. If she is on the hot search, it can be said that her journey in the entertainment industry is over. Senziasi, you can really do it. Feng Piazi took a deep breath and couldn't contain his anger at all. You can actually get yourself into the game, why don't you kill yourself? Ah! With 5 people, only Meng Shui could let her worry. Senziasi's tears fell again. Sister Feng, I don't know either. When I was a trainee abroad, I used to hum her like this. Who knew she was so rude this time? Sister Feng, I have to leave quickly to record the show. What else are you participating in? Feng Piazi sneered. They called yesterday and said that you were late for no reason and deleted all your footage. Senzai couldn't believe it. How could they do this? Stop talking nonsense, go back quickly, I don't have time to take care of you. Feng Piazi didn't want to say a word to Senzai, so she turned her head and left. She remembered what manager Loto said to her and frowned. In her heart, she naturally wanted to take Sci-fucking next. After all, Sci-fucking's enthusiasm and potential are obvious to all. In the future, even if he can't compare to Meng Shui, he will become Tianal Media's general against Shangxing Entertainment. But the bad thing is that Sci-fucking is too disobedient, and turns against his bones. Feng Piazi thought for a while, but decided to show his softness to Sci-fu first. If Sci-fucking still refuses to eat, then she can only act according to the company's plan. At noon, Sci-fucking returned to Linkhung. Zhang Changning was going back to his hometown, and the two just separated. Sci-fucking asked Chang Lu to put the coke that Gu Huiyan gave her to Yu Xian's private jet. Feng San is very strange, what are you doing? Ah. Oh, Shang Lu straightened up, just the coke that the president of the TND Alliance gave to Miss Si. Miss Si asked me to move back to Linkhung. The coke you gave, this is also dash. Feng San nodded, suddenly paused, who are you talking about? President of TND Alliance Shang Lu said, Gu Huiyan, don't you know the name? Feng San. Of course he knew. 1000 Army Alliance is not enough, and there is another Heaven and Earth Alliance. This is the 4 major leagues, ready to play mahjong together? Miss Si, what kind of physique is this? Feng San quickly glanced at Sci-fucking, who was already leaning against the window and started to sleep. He thinks too much. Miss Si didn't seem to know anything, and she was calm enough to fall asleep in seconds as before. Feng San walked up to Yu Xian, 9th brother, we can't be left behind, the Heaven and Earth Alliance has come out to rob people. What if there are some serious people in the future? We have to find a way to kidnap Miss Si. Yu Xian supported his head, opened his eyes when he heard the words, and said slowly, no. Feng San understands. Although his 9th brother didn't say how to kidnap Miss Si, he believed that his 9th brother said these 2 words, that is, there is a way to keep Miss Si. He believes in Brother Ju. 3 hours later, the plane landed. Sci-fucking was still asleep. But her senses are sharp. With a hand on her head, she immediately reacted. Before opening his eyes, his hand had already moved, directly clasping the wrist of that hand. Sci-fucking felt the coldness, and his eyes opened suddenly. Who? Yu Xian paused for a while before speaking. His voice was gentle, steady, and powerful. It's me, here I am, getting off the plane. Sci-fucking rubbed his eyes and sat up, I'm a little tired. I'm killing people in my dreams. Boss, I'm sorry. She dreamed that she had killed a certain sneak attack monster to the 1st level. Still a sweet dream. Several people got off the plane. Feng San and Shang Lu both began to move coke. When will I have to drink these more than 100 cases of coke? Sci-fucking moved his shoulders, boss, I won't be here tonight. I'll show you your legs tomorrow. I expect you to recover next month. Yu Xian turned his head, he looked back at her and smiled slightly, well, have a good rest. Sci-fucking put Ziobai in his bag and drove a shared bicycle. Tonight, she is going to prepare the first kill of the dungeon, and let the sneak attack monster survive. Later, Shang Lu put down the last box of coke and lowered his voice, I think you are bad, you see Mr. Yu's attitude towards you and Miss Si are very different, but aren't you all guards? Feng San. He already knew that he had no status, so there was no need to remind him. There are still 6 hours before the official opening of the dungeon at 7 o'clock in the evening, but the Oracle has already been on the hot search of various countries. Not only domestic forums, but also other international social software. Oracle is an international game for all people, and this copy can be said to be eagerly awaited by billions of players around the world. Until a blogger took screenshots of comments on the internet, translated and uploaded them to Weibo. In addition to discussing who will be the first kill this time, Nine's name also appeared unexpectedly. I heard that the esports fans in the Daxia Empire have been quite arrogant recently, saying that Nine is back, the first kill must not be given to others. 9. Who is it? Have not heard. New players don't know, but I do know, but Nine chooses the Eastern camp. It does not mean that he is from your Daxia, or why is it named after letters, maybe also a foreigner. Okay, even if Nine is from Daxia, a generation of gods, is it still unclear who the gods are now? Even if Nine appeared in front of Kill, he could only kneel. I remember that Nine retired 4 years ago, right? Isn't it a coincidence? 4 years ago, Kill participated in the OPL for the first time. Isn't that what he was afraid of? Coward. Dare to admit that you have no one in Daxia esports? The Oracle has 3 districts. Daxia District, Dongling District, and Zishan District. Kill, the #1 expert in the Western God District. All the dungeons in the past few years, the first kill was won by him. Including the OPL, Oracle International Professional League, the teams he played in have never surrendered the championship. The most important thing is that Kill is only 20 years old this year, and at least he can rule the major Oracle games for 4 or 5 years. Nine is an old player who started playing the server 9 years ago, and is now 30 years old. The older you get, the slower your hand speed will be. How to compare with Kill? For a time, various forums began to compare the technologies of Nine and Kill, and they all believed that Nine was far inferior. Jizingzi naturally saw it too. Brother, are you still in the mood to drink Coke? Jizingzi made a phone call. Someone is provoking. Provoking us all. And calling you a tortoise. I fucking took a sip of Coke. How to provoke? Isn't the dungeon open at night? The foreign esports trolls are starting again. Jizingzi was very angry. What about the incompetence of Daxia esports garbage? No one dares to challenge this dungeon. Can I bear it? Can you bear this? If it weren't for the G family's group training, not to do anything to ordinary people, and not to use shikigami and formations without authorization, he would have let this group of people try what it's like to be trapped in a nightmare and sleep in peace. Oh, I fucking raised his eyebrows. When did esports only focus on typing on the keyboard? The sound of the keyboard is really powerful. It's not like you don't know. In the past few years, the number of Oracle game players has increased, but because of popularization, the players' skills are indeed getting worse and worse. Jizingzi was helpless. Now play a game. It's all easy, except for esports players, who practice every day. So when you're not around, I go to the Oracle to pick up a meal, and then go to the holographic game to practice, but you said that your game cabin is broken, and you can't take me with you. Alas, my life is very hard. I fucking twisted the bottle cap. Isn't there that 9 gods? He's busy. Jizingzi thought for a while. He has very little time to be online, and he doesn't have time to brush dungeons, let alone participate in any international esports competition. I guess this 9 gods must be a rich second generation, and I don't like this bonus. I fucking was expressionless. Her fists hardened again. Very good, she has one more reason to kill the sneak attack monster. She is a migrant worker and hates the rich. Okay, I fucking turned on the computer. I'll take a look. The forums and Weibo are full of arguments. These people are sick, they haven't opened a copy yet. Even if 9 is not as good as Kill, you won't change the nationality of 9, right? But what people say makes sense. God 9 has never shown his face. He really is not necessarily from Daxia, and Kill is too strong. God 9 has only returned after more than 3 years. How can you compare? What are you proud of? If we have the ability, let's compete at the international games. Sci-fucking leaned on the back of the chair and quickly finished all the new posts today. She looked at the sentence, "Do you dare to admit that you have no one in Daxia Esports?" The fox narrowed his eyes and tapped the keyboard unhurriedly. A post has appeared in the game forums of various countries, plus the international section. Floating red, sticking to the top. A player clicks in to take a look. What catches the eye is a bird's eye view of thousands of miles of rivers and mountains. Thousands of years ago, the mountains and rivers here were vast and boundless. Thousands of years later, the long street here is prosperous and the lights are bright. This is summer. There are only two simple words below the picture. I am here. Posted by 9. Burning babies are asking for a monthly pass. Sci-fucking, you may not believe it, but I am so poor because of the dog Pixiu, smiley face. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Ching Qian. Chapter 137. The popularity of Oracle is too high, and the forum has tens of thousands of new posts every day. New posts can easily get overwhelmed. But once it's on top, it's hard not to see it. As for the administrator, how did the account of the Daxia Empire come? People are provocative to the door. Can this be tolerated? Delete the post. 9. How old are you? You can get the first kill in your big summer? Let me tell you, I can beat you without K-God's shot. Sci-fucking propped his head up and opened a PK room. 9. Entering PK, even if you hit your mother, you don't even know you. How could the other party withstand such a provocation, and immediately responded to this challenge? Many people were eager to watch, however, they clicked to watch the battle, and the system indicated that the PK room had been disbanded. New posts appeared. 9. Garbage. The foreign forum was instantly quiet. The person who played against 9 just now is indeed a great god, and the hand speed record is 478. Didn't even last a minute, just lost like that. They chose to report that 9 exploited a hacking forum vulnerability. The headquarters of the Oracle r /U0026D Center suddenly received many reports. It's the administrator. The technical team leader checked, the system is normal and has not been hacked. Administrator. As soon as the sentence came out, the technicians were shocked. When did the Great Xia Empire have administrators? And the level doesn't seem to be low. Who dares to delete the post that the administrator pinned to the top? The technical team didn't care, leaving those whistleblowers jumping. Just when foreign forums were quiet as chickens, domestic Weibo hot searches were instantly detonated. Hashtag 9, Daxia Empire hashtag. Hashtag 9, I'm in hashtag. Hashtag who dares to say that I have no one in Daxia? Hashtag. Gods, 9, so handsome. Ask who else is there. God 9 himself admits that he is from Daxia. At 7 o'clock tonight, I will watch the live broadcast of the first kill. Sci-fucking didn't go to Weibo, but was on the moments. She copied a copy of a collection of praise for dolls from Gu Huiyan and sent it to the circle of friends. She admired the style of the old Fox president very much. Until Sci-fucking pulled down, he found a new circle of friends. Paymenzi, brothers, 9 is worthy of being my idol, look at their attitude. Just. It should be just him. I'm going to wait at the door of the dungeon now. I don't believe that I won't be able to squat today. Sci-fucking. You don't have to. She had no intention of playing the game now. Are these people so busy? Sci-fucking took out the needle and embroidery thread that Gu Huiyan had given her, and prepared to draw an embroidery diagram first. Yu Tang's phone also came. Ching ching, you must get the first kill. Slap their faces. Don't take me, it will be a hindrance. It's alright, Sci-fucking said lazily, I'll fight you with me, same thing. After the call ended, Yu Tang happily ran out of the room and pointed to the post that Sci-fi had posted to Yu Zion. Uncle Ninth, look, God 9, she was excited, so handsome, my idol. Yu Zion glanced at it lightly, it's normal. What is ordinary, so extraordinary? Yu Tang clenched his fists, I will follow 9 into the dungeon tonight. Yu Zion's eyes were dark. He didn't plan to brush the copy, but he really wanted to watch Yu Tang carefully, and he couldn't be taken advantage of by people on the internet. Shi Yan Shenzhengyuan walked in at this moment. Tonight, the new copy of the Oracle has opened, and I have opened an account, will you take me? Yu Zion's eyes remained motionless, no. Shenzhengyuan was speechless, I'm not good at it. I'm also someone who has played a lot of online games, okay. Yu Zion slowly poured a cup of tea, there are team members. Shenzhengyuan was quite puzzled. There, who? Does this grandpa still have any social circle in the game? Should not be a. Shenzhengyuan had no choice but to play by himself. At the same time. Western Continent. West God Team Training Headquarters. At this time, it is morning on the western side of the mainland. Captain, you said that this 9 is really arrogant. The team members shook their heads repeatedly. How can he say that? He is also a 30-year-old uncle, does he really want to compete with you? Oracle's battle system has 2 ways to play. One is PvP, where players play against each other. The other is PvE, where players fight against NPCs that are procedurally generated by the game. Copies are the second. In terms of Oracle's operating system, the PvP mode requires a higher hand speed. But even the copy mode requires extremely high hand speed. A generation of gods is indeed due to age. Esports players generally retire around the age of 25. 9 is old, how to play? The young man's expression was indifferent, in any case, the first kill cannot be his. Anyway, they can't do it in Daxia district. The team members couldn't help laughing. There are 12 occupations in the eastern camp, but the Daxia Empire only got 6, 2 of them were taken by our people, and the other 4 belong to the east. San, it's really embarrassing. Okay, don't say these useless words. The young man stood up, let the others get ready and prepare for the first kill. The team members nodded and said, unfortunately, the Daxia Empire has no idea how difficult this dungeon is, but we got the internal information, which is really difficult. Even their Western God team needs to be on the first team. Even if 9 is still young, can it be done alone? The team members clicked their tongues and replied directly under 9's post. Do you know why K God is called Kill? Because whoever he confronted, the result was that the other party was killed. The next one is you, 9. Here. Zhang Changning returned home. Ningning is back, just in time. Jiang's mother is tying up the sack. Come on, come and help my mother collect this land. After collecting, you will need to plant a new one. The time can't be missed. Zhang Changning rolled up his sleeves, come on. She didn't lie to Sci-fi, she was indeed farming. Zhang Changning picked up the sickle, and while Mom Zhang was not paying attention, he carefully picked 10 grasses, cut them down, and put them in his backpack. After confirming that it was correct, Zhang Changning sent a message to Sci-fi. I got the money, I will help you in a few days. Sissy, no, I have the money. If you really want to help me, just cook me something delicious. Zhang Changning sighed. Look at how poor children are, they only know how to eat. Mom Zhang Changning said after collecting the herbs, our group will be disbanded at the end of the year, and I will go home. Aren't you playing? Jiang's mother was surprised. You're not playing in the entertainment industry. You can't come back and be a cook, but you don't dare to farm with your father, there's no future. Zhang Changning, it's not impossible. It's a waste. Go, play with you. Jiang's mother glared at her, there are more handsome guys in the entertainment industry, Don't be cold, smile more, and bring a son-in-law back to your mother. Mom doesn't ask much. It's enough to look good and have a good figure. It's really not good. We don't lack money, so let him join the family. Jiang Changning's forehead jumped. Mom, I'm really not interested, I'm still young. Small Jiang's mother sneered, I'm 21 years old, and I haven't even held a boy's hand. Your mother and I have dumped several times when you were your age. Jiang Changning calmly put the rest of the herbs into the sack, and looked inside the house again. Where's my brother? Oh, just now people from the next village came to play games with him, Jiang's mother said. It seems to be called an oracle, and they said that an idol appeared, and they were going to watch. Jiang Changning nodded. She is not interested in games, but the name of oracle is too loud, and she is already familiar with it. By the way, if you meet a good girl in the entertainment industry, introduce it to your brother, Jiang's mother added. I don't have high requirements, just a woman. Jiang Changning could not hear it. She took some ingredients and entered the kitchen. I just happened to make some hometown medicated meals today and send them to Sci-fi tomorrow. At 6:40, Sci-fi logged into the game at the urging of Ji Xingzi. As soon as I logged in, my private mailbox exploded. Big brother. It's up to you tonight, I can't do it anymore, I must give some color to the Western God group. I think they all forgot what kind of dog they were beaten by Emperor Yin 1500 years ago. Sci-fi directly forbade anyone to send her private messages, and then pulled Yu Tang and Ji Xingzi into the team. When the voice chat was on, Ji Xingzi was shocked. You really bring a sister? Yu Tang became vigilant. Who are you? How is it a man? No, she wants to be optimistic about Ching Ching for ninth uncle. Who am I? Ji Xingzi said, I am the #1 jade tree in the world. Sci-fi, shut up. Ji Xingzi. The three came to the door of the copy. The players at the door surrounded the inner 3 floors and the outer 3 floors, and the water was blocked. As soon as the swordsman controlled by Sci-fi came, the other players instantly gave way. Only then did she see the person in front of the door standing who she dreamed of killing. Sci-fi narrowed his eyes. Just thinking about whether there was enough time for her to kill the sneak attack monster, the white-robed violinist spoke up. Current 9, team up. Come on, Team Ji Xingzi became excited. I haven't seen him make a move. He really is Buddhist enough, you see, his title has not been revealed. Ju is the first violinist, and naturally also has a unique title. Sci-fi thought for a while, but still agreed. She used the administrator's account to get the information of the dungeon, and naturally she could see that this dungeon was indeed extremely difficult. Current 9, okay, boy, let's talk about our previous personal feud next time. Current 9, each other. Currently G, you also said that you don't know him, you obviously have an affair with him. As soon as the sentence came out, the other players became excited. Current Marshmallow, wow. The 2 generations of great gods actually know each other. Currently scolded by mother again, woo woo hoo. Sci-fi smiled. Can this knock too? Can't see that she wants to kill him. In the small courtyard of the villa, Yu Xian looked at Ji Xingzi's words, and her brows moved slightly. He didn't move, his slender fingers pressed the keyboard. Zheng. The piano sounded suddenly, and the assassin in black fell to the ground, becoming a corpse. Ji Xingzi was stunned. He was wrong, and he took back what he said earlier. This 9 were the Buddhist system, it is clear that if a word disagrees, they will kill. Anyway, 9 will say a few words before playing, give him a preparation, let him understand to death. Sci-fi took a sip of coke slowly and smiled, deserved. I understand why you want to kill him. Ji Xingzi took a deep breath, I want to kill too. It's a pity that his game skills are not conferred gods, and he can't kill them. Sci-fi warned, Don't reveal my identity for a while, I will change to a male voice. Jizingzi, it must be certain. Yu Tang clenched his fist. Don't worry, I won't say anything. The team now has 4 people. And the Western God team has a full 7 people. The difference is too far. Some netizens who watched the live broadcast were already afraid to watch it. Why didn't 9 pull a few great gods? There are 7 all-server first places in the Western God district, but there are only 2 here. Can you do it? Slip away. I see 9 will only enlarge the words. No matter how powerful he is, can he compare with a team of people? Don't embarrass the great Xia Empire. Sci-fi was quite calm, and unscrewed the bottle of Coke. It was getting closer and closer to 7 o'clock, and suddenly, a sentence popped out of the chat box. Current lightning, you let him out, form me, the assassin has me enough. This sentence directly used the world speaker, and the bullet box came out, and all players could see it. One such world speaker requires 10,000 cash. Only the rich will use it. The players at the door of the dungeon were all stunned. Jizingzi became even more irritable. Damn it! Who is going to provoke Laozi? Is Laozi not an assassin? Sci-fi was expressionless. Turn off your microphone, you are as noisy as a crow. Jizingzi shut up decisively, but he was muttering in his heart. He wanted to see who was not long-eyed to provoke him. SHH. A light fell and flickered, revealing a figure. Definitely an assassin. Night clothes, face covering, body like a ghost. Golden nickname, unique title. 10 steps to kill a person, 1,000 miles without leaving. The first assassin in all servers. Jizingzi, I should honestly be an onmyoji. Instead of playing games here. Sci-fi, it's good that you know. There is no Oracle game. I have compiled 2,333 that I have played before. See you tomorrow. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 138. Golden light shines everywhere. The whole place was silent for a moment. The players were speechless when they looked at the title of 10 steps to kill a person, 1,000 miles without leaving. Wow, it's actually him. Jizingzi was shocked. This copy can actually blow him up. Incredible. Sci-fi only recognized that title. Who is he? Wasn't he the #1 assassin before? A group of people who played games with her had indeed retreated a lot, and those who remained had no energy to compete for rankings. Yu Tang seeing worshipped, God 9, your voice is so nice. Her family Ching can change her voice. How can there be such a powerful person in the world? Yu Xian had already joined the team, so he could naturally hear the voice communication in the team, but he didn't turn on the microphone. He listened to the male voice coming from the earphones, tapped his fingers on the table, and his eyes were mixed. The players at the door of the copy were even more excited. Currently I'm so hungry every day, Electric God. Electric God asks for a photo. Current elegant fairy, Electric God, look at me. Lightning, nicknamed Electric God Jizingzi also said at this time, he only plays PvP and never plays dungeons. After winning 100 games in 3 days in the arena, he won the first assassin in the entire server. I heard that the people on the Zishan team were killed badly by him, and he must be brought in. Sci-fi thought thoughtfully, the strength is indeed very strong. Oracle's system mechanism will control the player's PK win rate at 50%. The more winning streaks there are, the stronger the opponent will be. Unless the strength is strong enough to directly crush it. So the arena is not challenging for her, she prefers to play dungeons. Currently join as long as you join, can't I just lie down? It doesn't bother you. Current lightning, stumbling. Jizingzi almost choked to death by the water. What is this called? Is this what a human can say? He finally knew why this lightning was alone, and he didn't even have a friend. How could anyone survive this vicious tongue? Current 9, okay, team up. Lightning entered the team. A very young male voice, cool and cold, I don't ask much, I can beat the Western god. Brother, you can, hot-blooded youth, win glory for the country. Jizingzi began to chat up, where do you live? I'll go back to visit you when I have time. Lightning is quite cold, no need. Brother, you can't do this. Jizingzi was leisurely, you have to communicate with people more, isn't games a place to socialize? You have to show more performance, so that girls will like you. Lightning drew his knife, you talk a lot. Jizingzi shut up. Okay, he belongs to the oppressed side today. There are 3 full servers to take him first, and it's okay to be oppressed. Yu Tang only felt that her life had reached its peak. Yu Yao never took her with him when he played dungeons, thinking that she would be a hindrance. But neither Sci-fi nor these 2 strange gods disliked him. Yu Tang covered her mouth. If she were a man, she would immediately marry Ching Ching Home. The live broadcast room was even more violent. Lightning has come out, this wave of provocation in the Western God District is okay, even if I can't get the first kill today, I'm satisfied. The first of the 3 full servers, this lineup is incredible. This is the end. Didn't you see that there were 7 on the West God's side? I admit, 9 is very capable of fighting alone, but what about cooperation? How long has the Western God team cooperated? West God training camp here. The team members saw the assassin appearing on the screen and stood up abruptly. Captain, it's the Lightning who played against our people. For the Western God team, Lightning is a much bigger threat than 9 and Ju. The latter they have never PK. But Lightning slaughtered 10 members of the Western Gods team in a row in the international arena. This is the shame they have etched in their bones. Well, there is indeed a threat, but Dongsang's team is stronger than Daxia. The coach checked the live broadcast of the 3 major regions, there are 4 full-service masters in the team, and the first in the profession of pharmacist is also there. In their hands, this dungeon is all about continuity. Play with confidence and have confidence in your own strength. The 7 said in unison, understood. At 7 o'clock, the dungeon opened, and the players who participated in the dungeon were teleported in. This time the dungeon mode is a single team single scenario, and the first kill depends on which team clears the level the fastest. Follow my command. Sci-fi looked calm, sneak attack monster, you are responsible for adding blood, lightning, and I are responsible for attacking, our attack power is enough. Yu Tang was excited, I'm in charge of lying down. Jizingzi. That's right, but why couldn't he say such a thing so happily? But this way is really lying down. Jizingzi watched the swordsman in white and the assassin in black kill all the way. Even the luthier didn't do much, because neither Sci-fi nor Lightning lost any blood. It can be seen that the hand speed of the 2 has soared to more than 400, and the dodge ability is at its peak. Jizingzi's mouth twitched, after coming back in 4 years, you can still be like this, you are a humming pervert. In just a few minutes, the team arrived at the final boss's lair. Jizingzi was about to go in and explore first, but was stopped. Wait, let's make a new battle plan, this boss has 12 forms. Lightning said, 1 form will fade after 1 kill, and each form must be killed within 5 seconds, otherwise it will instantly refill. Blood and fighting power. Sci-fi narrowed his eyes slightly, did you get the internal information? Lightning didn't deny it. Sci-fi rearranged the layout, and 5 people entered. In the end, the boss was indeed not as easy to deal with as the previous mobs. Even if Sci-fi and Lightning attacked at the same time, it took 5 minutes to kill its 10 forms. Especially the big boss will summon mobs to siege. What is the brain of Oracle's chief game designer? Jizingzi scolded while hiding, how could he come up with such a perverted copy? SI fucking was silent for a while. It's the first level in the international entrance examination. Don't talk about it, it's really possible Jingzi finally cleaned up the mobs, that's why this kind of god level IQ can appear in the international exam. Attention, Lightning suddenly said, the last form, the dual form, must kill both at the same time. Enough time, I'll forget, the Western god is 3 minutes later than us. I said, brother, wouldn't you have also passed the international entrance exam? Jingzi said, so strong in calculation. Once a team has reached the final level, the stream will go black. Only when the official list is announced will we know who got the first kill. Lightning is indifferent, basic operation. Jingzi. What kind of science and engineering boss did he meet? While the two were talking, SI fucking had already moved. It's the last blow. Her eyes lit up, full of fighting intent, high-spirited only for young people. Come. Swordsman's new combo. Breakout. SHH. Big Boo's health bar drops rapidly. No, the blood has not bottomed out, Lightning said solemnly, it's about to return to full state. But at this moment, the white-robed pianist who had been paddling in the water moved. Clank. Chong. The sound of the piano, the sound of swords. The blood bar of the dungeon boss dropped instantly and collapsed. This time, all its forms have been used up, and there is no way to resurrect it. Pass successfully. It's a good cooperation, boy, SI fucking said, after I can kill you, we may be able to make a friend. She appreciates people with good skills. Uzian still didn't say anything. He directly quit the copy and went offline. The study room is quiet. The man quietly looked at the words Chiyu has no clothes, and I share the same robe with my son on the wall. His eyes were dark. Shiyan Shenzhengyun brought up a plate of fruit. You finished the game? So soon? Is this 10 minutes? Well, I'm thinking about something. Uzian propped her head up, her voice warm. As you age, your hand speed will inevitably decrease. That's the truth. Shenzhengyun nodded. Look at how smart children are these days. It's impossible for a 30-year-old to be as flexible as a 15 or 6-year-old. When playing games, you need to react quickly. He coughed twice. I just went to an old copy just now, and a high school student took me there. Ashamed, really ashamed. Uzian's eyes deepened. He is 30 years old, and his hand speed is still so fast. I am afraid he is not a simple ordinary otaku. That should pay more attention. He pondered for a moment and made a phone call. Boss, SI fucking picked it up immediately. If you have any orders, please instruct. Well, Tang Tang has never stepped into society before, her mind is simple. Uzian slowly, if you make friends online accidentally, you should watch more, and you can do it if necessary. SI fucking agreed directly, I will definitely. Tang Tang is so cute, she must not be deceived by a dog man. On this point, she and her boss reached a consensus. Okay, Uzian smiled slightly, when you run out of gold bricks, remember to tell me. After SI fucking answered the phone, he immediately wrote a monitoring code. Instead, she wanted to see who dared to lie to them, Tang Tang and Cute. The other side. Zhang Changning came out of the kitchen and happened to meet a tall and straight young man covered in water mist. Brother, you are back, I just made some snacks, eat some. Zhang Changfeng took a plate of peach blossom cakes from her, Phoenix eyes narrowed. Well, it's comfortable. Although the specific ranking has not been announced yet, he calculated clearly that the Western God team is not as fast as them. Jingzi never imagined that Lightning was watching other teams while playing dungeons with them. Zhang Changfeng has indeed never played dungeons. But what was provoked this time was the glory of the great Xia Empire. What makes you feel better? Zhang Changning sat down. I'm leaving tomorrow, so I made some more food, you can eat it hot. She said, washed her hands, and took out the hand cream that SI fucking gave her to start nursing. Zhang Changfeng smelled a very faint aroma, and he made a move. "You hand cream." "My friend gave it to me." Zhang Changning took a look at him. "Mom also told me to introduce you to a girlfriend, but my friend is too good, and I will introduce you to you when I encounter a bad one." Zhang Changfeng glanced at her and said, "You are really my good sister. Give you a little too." Zhang Changning squeezed him a little. "Cultivation is such a waste." "I'm full." Zhang Changfeng hummed. "Go out for a walk." He put down his chopsticks and went out the door. Walking around and around to the next village. At the door of the village, an old man was lying on a rocking chair, smoking an old-fashioned pipe. Three elders. Zhang Changfeng stepped forward. "Please take a look at this." A faint fragrance came, and the third elder's expression lifted. Huo De got up. "This fragrance." He dipped a little hand cream, put it on the tip of his nose, and took a deep breath. "This person has reached the pinnacle of extracting and condensing medicinal materials, and ordinary medicinal materials can have such effects." He slowed down a few times. "Changfeng, have you heard of Ghost Hand and Heavenly Doctor?" Zhang Changfeng frowned. "Well, I met it in a holographic game. The oracle was just a distraction in his spare time." "Yes, it's that one. The craftsmanship is similar, but the medicinal materials are not very good." The third elder touched his beard. "I guess he is the apprentice of the Ghost Hand and Heavenly Doctor, so I used some basic medicines to train his apprentice's hands." Where did you get this?" Zhang Changfeng naturally wouldn't involve Zhang Changning. He said casually, "I bought it on the roadside, and if I go there again, no one will be there." The third elder nodded. "It is indeed the style of behavior. The ghosts and doctors are ghosts and ghosts, but the style is also very strange. Sometimes they squat on the side of the road to sell medicine." Zhang Changfeng has met several times in the holographic game, and bought medicine. Items in the holographic game can be brought out. "I'm going to send a few clever people around our village and stay in the holographic game." The third elder thought for a while and sighed. "Our medical skills have reached a bottleneck, and we may be able to break through if we find a ghost doctor. It's a pity that ghost doctors are really hard to find." Zhang Changfeng nodded and didn't ask any more questions. After applying the hand cream, he went home. A copy is still in progress. Sci-fi had already cleared the customs for 10 minutes. On the Daxia district side, the second group of talents came out. It came out incomplete, dead and wounded, none of them intact. These are all great gods on the Daxia district rankings, and they were beaten like this by the dungeon boss. The internet is full of anxiety. Who is the first kill? 9 God got it? Do not know yet. Oracle hid the live broadcast of the final boss showdown, and now we can only be sure that 9 and their team must be in the top 3. The second and the first are also worlds apart. Alas, I really feel like I'm going to lose to the Western gods and the others. Wait for 0, it must be God 9, it will definitely be. To be honest, the big booze at the end of this dungeon is too perverted. I heard that the Western gods team has game insiders. If they can get the information in advance, 9 will be miserable. At the same time, the official headquarters of the Oracle. The internal staff got the customs clearance sequence of the dungeon as soon as possible. The planner looked at the order of the 3 in front of him and couldn't help gasping. This 9 of the Daxia Empire is too terrifying. How did he still increase his hand speed after 9 years? The data also lists the hand speed of each player. Number 1, 9 Daxia District APM 567. Number 2, Kill West God District APM 478. The hand speed will not be announced to the public, only the inside of the Oracle can see it. The planner can't understand at all, how can some people become more flexible as they get older? Planning, the phone number of the Western God team. The special assistant came over with his mobile phone. I guess he asked who the first kill was. No need to take it. The planner waved his hand. The list will be announced in a while, let them see for themselves. The special assistant nodded, and couldn't help but say one more sentence. 11 Shen kicked the iron plate this time. Who would have thought that 9 would be able to rule the oracle when he came back 9 years later? Of course they knew how terrifying 9 was 9 years ago. It is really invincible to kill the oracle. At the same time, no one can compete with 9. He retired, and the other great players gradually showed their edge. Not a class at all. Tonight is destined to be a sleepless night. It is also the peak battle between the 3 regions, and it is also the battle of honor. 0 is getting closer, and all players are waiting. Yu Yao is also there. He scratched his hair irritably and let out a slow breath. This time, the dungeon boss is really strong enough to be abnormal. Not to mention the top 100, he did not clear the level this time, and all the players in the team were killed. Hey, Yao, why didn't you let your sister play with us? Xie asked. I remember your sister enrolled in Xia University last year, so you don't have to go to school this semester. Yu Yao was quite indifferent, she is not skilled enough to carry her. What's your sister's ID? Xie nodded, I'll add it, I can take her with me when I'm free. Yu Yao was a little impatient, Begonia Flower, don't add her first, look at the first kill list first. Aren't I looking at it? Xie suddenly stopped, you said your sister's ID is Haitang. He stared blankly at the top 3 teams that had cleared the dungeon, and the player IDs of each team, released by the official Oracle official website. Suddenly, nothing was said. Did you come out? Yu Yao noticed that the time had passed, the first kill list is out, who is the first one, is it 9? There are 5 people in his team according to the live replay, who are the remaining 2? Yes, it's 9, he's number 1, Xie was still stunned, left, you are left, you can see for yourself. Sci-fucking, only by cooking your own food will you be unable to bring your sister. Sci-fucking, who would have thought that I could not afford the medicinal materials myself, smiley face. Suddenly I remembered that one day my friend found a wild king in the king, and later found out that the wild king was a junior high school student. Now the kids are really awesome. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 139. I knew it was God 9. Yu Yao's expression finally relaxed, you don't have to be so surprised that he won the first place, his strength is there. 9 is the original intention and belief of many Daxia people to play oracles. Including Yu Yao. 9 simple 2 words I am made Daxia players realize. The original intention is, the faith does not fall. I'm not surprised by this, Xie finally said a word, yes, your sister is in the team of the 9 god. She is also one of the first kill members. Yu Yao was taken aback, what did you say? He couldn't hold back, and immediately leaned over to look. Congratulations to 9, Ju, Lightning, Ji and Haitang Hua for winning the first kill in this game, rewards have been sent by email, please pay attention to check. Look, hi and begonia flowers, Xie stammered, no duplicate names are allowed in the oracle. Even if a blank symbol is used, the list will definitely be written out. But there are only 3 words begonia flower here. Yu Yao even knew clearly that Yu Tang had specially asked Yu Xian to buy her this ID from another player. His pupils shrank suddenly, she actually. Ayao, your sister knows 9 god, Xie was excited, go find her, she knows 9 god, and you can let 9 god take her, you can use this to pull 9 god enter your team. Yu Yao formed a team with many great players under his command. This team is going to hit the OPL finals next year. The championship is impossible to think about. With Kills West God team, the championship will not be won by others. Yu Yao pursed his lips, his heartbeat could not be calmed at all, I'll ask you later. Be sure to ask, Xie was excited, Your sister is incredible, she can actually hook up with 9, I will add her as a friend. Yu Yao looked at the first kill list, but was in a bad mood. He changed the subject, I'm going to your house today, why is Grandpa Xie so angry? Hey, it's my aunt, who runs around every day and doesn't care about the house. My son and husband can't see a single one. I'm alone. Can my grandfather not lose his temper? Xie said, don't worry about her, anyway, my grandfather didn't admit it. She is thanking her family. Yu Yao nodded and didn't ask about the Xie family again. As soon as the first kill list was released, the hot search exploded again. Hashtag 9, first kill hashtag. Hashtag 9, the return of the king hashtag. Your face is swollen, from the Western God team, the replay of the live broadcast is out, what else do you have to say? 9's hand speed has reached 500 plus, it's too scary, he can still have such a high hand speed at this age. If only 9 could be younger, I don't like the uncle type. Alas, this comparison is still Kill's overall strength, Kill is handsome and still young. 9 has never shown his face, nor did he attend the player party. I suspect that he is ugly, maybe bald, and pockmarked. Uncle ha 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 ha, Ji Xingzi laughed until his stomach hurt when he saw these comments, I see no brother, everyone on the internet is saying that you are an uncle, hurry up and show them your real face. A good girl, ran to play the male number, and pressed them to the ground and beat them. It's really unreasonable. I fucking said indifferently, you don't need to save money to prepare a coffin book. Ji Xing was puzzled, why? Because I'll break your neck and throw it into the sea to feed the fish. I was wrong, eldest brother. I'm done with my work, so I'll go back to Dongzhou first. Ji Xingzi choked, when I ask about the transfer of luck from the old man, I'll come and join you as soon as possible. He only knew that his eldest brother was a girl, and he really didn't know what she looked like. But he is an onmyoji, and he has seen ghosts, and he is not afraid of people no matter how ugly they are. He has always heard others say that voice is inversely proportional to appearance, the better the voice, the lower the appearance. Yes, I fucking remembered Lu Yan threatening Xiaoyu, is there any strong family in your Dongzhou? What? Ji Xingzi was suddenly unhappy, is my family not strong enough? You actually want to ask other families? Tell me if you have anything. I fucking was too lazy to argue with him, hang up. If Ji Xingzi can say that, it means no. Okay, you're busy, Ji Xingzi said, I still have a big thing to do before I leave. I'll add Lightning's friends by the way. He looked at the game forum again. This time, the Western God District was completely quiet as a chicken, and they didn't even dare to fart. The previous provocation turned into a slap and slapped them in the face. Who is cool? Oh, it's him. Ji Xingzi hummed a little tune, slowly pinched a shikigami, and entered the back garden of Fujiyama's house in a fair manner. He's about to start something big. The next day, I fucking resumed his life as a dance instructor. The 7th episode of the show has been recorded and will be online tonight. She checked the real-time rankings. Except for Xiaoyu, who remained at the top, Su Ziyun and Shiyu were also in the top 15. The third performance of the 8th period will be the top priority. I fucking began to think about who she should invite, when a news message suddenly appeared on her phone. Hashtag exposure. The Fujiyama Ancestral Hall is on fire. Hashtag. This hero and hero burned down the ancestral hall of others, he's awesome. Put a wax on this hero in advance, I remember the name of Fujiyama clearly, the family of Onmyoji, I'm really not afraid of being haunted by ghosts. Wait, is there really an Onmyoji, are you playing games? Yes, I am from the Supernatural Administration. I have caught several unruly Onmyoji. I remind you that if you encounter something that cannot be solved by science, please call 88XXXXXX, and the Supernatural Administration will serve you at any time. 6,666 dreams dreamed that even the supernatural authority in the movie came out, and I also said that I was the reincarnation of Emperor Yin. Si fucking. Jizingzi must have done the burning of other people's ancestral halls. Is that what he's talking about? It's quite big, and it's all on the hot search. She could already think of how the Fujiyama family jumped out of rage. Unlike other netizens, Si Fudumping wrote down the string of phone numbers. In her previous life, she was in the division, and she really didn't know much about the situation in the Great Xia Empire. The Ji family is the one she has faced before, and the remaining one is the supernatural administration. The occult authority has another name. Ling Meng. The real head of the four major alliances. Since the reign of Emperor Yin, the organization of Ling Meng has existed. The world has many unsolved mysteries. The dunes of death, the sudden disappearance of ancient civilizations, the mystery of footprints 200 million years ago, mutants with genetic mutations, these things that science has yet to explain are all under the control of the occult authority. The occult authority has formulated a set of rules that constrain people like Onmyoji and evolvers to prevent their power from rioting and harming ordinary people. On the plane that day, she didn't directly deal with the middle-aged descending division. One is because she obeys the law. The second is that there is a supernatural bureau to clean up the mess, so she doesn't have to work hard. Si fucking really admires the supernatural administration. It was only them and Zero who could persistently pursue and kill her 18 streets. It still hurts to mention it. It is the four major alliances that perform their respective functions. Si fucking does not need to read history books to think about what a prosperous world ruled by Emperor Yin 1,000 years ago. Teacher Si, have you really entered the Heaven and Earth Alliance? Su Ziun was very excited. Everyone is guessing what talents you have on the internet, and when will you show your skills again? Oh, Si fucking raised her head, she propped her chin, and she was not humble at all, smiling stubbornly, I'm sorry, I can. Su Ziun was shocked, all. Yes, Ifu raised his eyebrows, to learn from a teacher, there is no way. I have a teacher who is a stubborn old man with a bad temper. It's not easy to learn something from him. The time she spent studying medicine was almost as long as the preparatory stage before her apprenticeship. But she must go to school. It's too difficult. Su Ziun scratched his head. Fortunately, Teacher Si, you don't have so many rules here. Continue training, I'll contact someone. Si fucking stood up, I'll see how to deceive him. Who? Si Fuku exited the dance studio with a loose tone. Duke Miston, who has been single for a long time, is the best deceiver. Su Ziun. Who? Su Ziun was stunned. Brother Xie, do I have a broken ear? Hit me. No, Xie, you went to change clothes, lazily. What you heard is Duke Miston. Su Ziun muttered, Mr. Si is starting to be scary again. I have enough IQ this time, and I will never be deceived. Xie Yu said nothing, but the fox eyes narrowed. He now feels that every word that Si fucking said seems to be completely illogical, but it is all true. At this time, the Pei family building. During the emergency shareholders meeting, the atmosphere was tense. Pei Yan, 7 days have come. Pei Su patted the table and sneered, what about the Ars Group's investment? You don't want to default on your debt, do you? Pei Su did not expect that under Pei Yan's hands, the Pei family's company would be able to come back to life again. He was flustered at first, but calmed down later. In the agreement a week ago, it was clearly written that if the Ars Group's investment did not arrive, Pei Yan would still roll down from the position of chairman and transfer all his shares. As an industry in the Principality of Miston, the Ars Group is directly under the royal family. It is difficult for even those companies in the Western continent to contact them, not to mention the Pei family. Pei Su knew that even the Yu family had run into a wall with the Ars Group several times. If Pei Yan can get it, he will write his name upside down. Pei Yan's expression changed. He has indeed been running for the Rs Group's investment, but unfortunately he has been stuck and can't go any further. Chi Lao coughed a few times and said lightly, Pei Yan, you lost the gambling agreement. You can step down as the chairman of the board, and transfer the shares to Pei Su. Pei Yan blurted out, Uncle Chi. You have to do what you say. Pei Su became proud. Who asked you to sign that agreement? Oh, by the way, I remembered it, that yellow-haired girl asked you to sign it. Why are you leaving office now, and she's not here? She's making you miserable. Pei Su, don't be disrespectful to Miss Si. Pei Yan was completely angry. Miss Si is so kind to me, what do you know? Yes, I don't understand Pei Su, but she just cheated on you. If she hadn't said that, you would have signed it? I think she is. Bang. With a loud bang, the door was suddenly kicked open. Pei Su's words came to an abrupt end. Why is it you again? Chi Lao frowned. Last time Pei Yan brought you in, it was already a violation of the rules. You broke in by yourself this time. Do you want us to call the police? Security, get out. Miss Si. Pei Yan got up quickly. Miss Si, why are you here? Don't tell me, I'll go pick you up. I heard that Si fucking was so poor that Jason changed milk tea recently. He also bought a few milk tea shops and asked Pei Menzi to send them over. Even if Pei Yan stepped down from the chairman's position, he would definitely be full of milk tea. No, Si fucking raised his hand to refuse. I was late, and the phone call took a long time. Pei Yan was stunned. Is it late? Today is the last day of your agreement. I asked you to sign it at the time, and I'm responsible. Si fucking shook his phone at Pei Yan. I got the Rs investment for you. Pei Yan was stunned for a moment. The meeting room suddenly fell silent. The shareholders looked at the girl in amazement. You invested in Rs? Pei Su laughed and looked contemptuous. You can get investment with just one phone call. What do you call the Rs Group? Unless you know Duke Miston himself. What a ridiculous statement. What a great business negotiation genius you are. Zhou Zianyu, who is known as a business genius, has no such ability. Si fucking didn't look at Pei Su, but just said to Pei Yan, what product do you want to talk about? And now I say that he is very busy there. She put the phone on the table. Hands-free is on. The core setting and worldview of this book have not been officially published yet. Don't compare the book at the beginning with the long novel of 2.5 million. The concept of the sage has reached 2 million. Ying Huang, she was still taking exams in high school at the time of this number. Ying Zijin, are you polite? I will write at most 2 books on the same theme, and Ching Ching is the end of modern magic, so I will write it quickly. Everyone please read it slowly. See you tomorrow. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 140. Before Pei Yan could react, the voice had already come from the phone. It is a very young male voice, a bit irritable, but can also hear a little Western accent. Link Hung, Pei's family, the field is the pharmaceutical industry, right? Pei Yan was stunned. Yes, it's the pharmaceutical industry. Okay, it just so happens that ours hasn't made a big investment in pharmaceuticals, so it's just you, and the contract will be sent directly to your company's mailbox in a while, the young man said casually, then paused and gritted his teeth. Let the person just now pick it up. Telephone. Pei Yan, who was in a trance, could hear the meaning of want to kill in this sentence. Miss Si, what are you doing? It's a bit busy this time. Si fucking picked up the phone and said in a casual tone, I'll hang up, I'll call you later, I'll do what I say. Hey you. The phone was hung up mercilessly. Pei Yan was stunned again. Miss Si, just now, did you speak a male voice? Si fucking, I know that you are young and you are in the entertainment industry. Of course, you have a lot of intentions and means. Chi Lao looked dignified and said coldly, but what do you think of business and business circles? What do you think? You just find someone to make a phone call and play a show, that's just an investment? Joke. Other shareholders also disapproved and looked disgusted. Pei Yan, you really disappointed me. Old Chi's voice was even colder. You let outsiders interfere in the affairs of the Pei family, and you are still acting for us here. You are really ashamed of your father's teaching to you. Uncle Chi, have you seen it? Pei Yan is indeed not suitable for the chairman's seat. Pei Su smiled sarcastically, then he acted like he was on the phone, and he even sent the contract to our company mailbox. Will Duke Miston agree without asking? Arabian Nights? If ours' investment is so good, can they still get them? Let's sign a new agreement. Fucking remained calm. Pei Yan, take it out. Pei Yan didn't even think about it, and immediately took out the two prepared contracts. Come on, sign it. Fucking leaned over and smiled slightly. If the investment I got is from ours, you have to give up the shares. If not, I will take the 2 billion I got from the Zhou family. For you guys. This statement surprised shareholders. So did Pei Yan. He hurriedly said, Miss Si, absolutely. Pei Su and Chi Lao looked at each other and thought deeply for a few seconds. No problem. Pei Su signed his name generously. I didn't expect the Zhou family to treat you so well that they were willing to give out 2 billion. It is also true that newborn calves are not afraid of tigers. 2 billion, dare to bet like this? Sure enough, he has no business savvy at all, and he can't compare to Zhou Xianyu. Chi Lao also took over the new contract and signed his name. He said lightly, Miss Si, you are still young and you can still bump into a wall. I hope this time will teach you a lesson. Si fucking glanced at him, and didn't even bother to nod his head. Take it away. Pei Yan, I don't know if you have enough brains. Pei Su snorted. Did you not know that the Zhou family drove her out? You're better, but instead, I don't know. The next words were cut off by a quick knock on the door. The director of the sales department ran in, so excited that everyone was twisting, and the whole person almost danced. Dongpei. The investment has arrived. Ours' investment. As soon as these words came out, the meeting room fell silent again. What kind of ours investment? Pei Su stood up suddenly, also angry. Are you acting together? Acting? No, 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 the sales director shook his head hurriedly. The contract has been issued, and the money has already been sent. 10 billion. It's just the start-up capital. Pei Yan also stood up and widened his eyes. Si fucking was quite calm, but sighed, it's really rich. It's no wonder that the financial officer of the previous division was crying while hugging her second senior brother and third senior sister's legs, and neither of them felt any guilt at all. After all, her sixth senior brother was really rich, and it was not a problem to be responsible for reimbursement. The director of the sales department hurriedly took the computer from the assistant. Dongpei, look. The email was sent a minute ago with the logo of the Ars Group and the private seal of the Duke of Miston himself. At this point in time, it was obvious that the call had just ended, and the investment arrived immediately. Not to mention whether anyone in the Ars Group dares to impersonate, and even if there is, how can they take out 10 billion casually? Boom. Pei Su took a few steps back and fell onto the chair uncontrollably, his face turning pale in an instant. He just signed. Old Chi's expression also changed, and his hands trembled. Si fucking can really pull the investment of ours. The shares in his and Pei Su's hands add up to a full 30%, all of which will be transferred to Pei Yan. In the future, Pei Yan will have the final say in the Pei Group. Okay, the matter is settled, I'm going back to work. Si fucking stood up. A newborn calf is not afraid of tigers, and there is a sentence behind. She glanced at Pei Su and Chi Lao, and smiled, I am afraid of wolves with horns. As soon as the sentence came out, Chi Lao's breathing became rapid, and he rolled his eyes. "Oh, by the way, I lied to you." Si fucking turned back and raised his eyebrows. "The Zhou family gave me 2 billion yuan, but I donated them all earlier." Pei Su returned to his senses and jumped like thunder in an instant. "You." Si fucking had already walked out, and only a back was left. Pei Su was drenched in cold sweat and clenched his fists. "It's over, this time he lost, and he lost his shares completely. But the reason why he dared to sign is because the investment of ours group is impossible to pull." "But why did Si fucking make a phone call, and why did ours group agree to invest? Is Duke Miston crazy? How could the Pei family get the attention of the ours group?" Pei Su knew that it was useless no matter how many questions he had, because he had been officially cleared from the Pei group. Shareholders who didn't have time to sign were relieved, but also uneasy. "Miss Si," Pei Yan chased after him, too excited to speak. "Miss Si, ours is investment, how can I repay this? With the investment of ours, the Pei family will definitely have the strength to break into the 49 city giant circle within a year. The development of the Pei family has been advanced for 100 years. Mutual benefit." Si fucking folded his arms. "I usually need some medicine, and I need you to make it." "No problem," Pei Yan agreed. "I will not accept the 30% of the shares, I will transfer them all to you." He is a businessman and knows what is the most long-term cooperation. "Well, don't follow." Si fucking went downstairs. "I'll make a call, or he should be in a hurry." She walked out of the door of the Pei group and dialed the previous phone number again. It was picked up quickly over there, apparently waiting. "Hello." Si Fu leaned against the wall with his legs bent, and casually changed his voice to a male voice. "His Excellency Duke Raphael Miston, is there anything else you want to tell me?" There was silence over there. "Who are you?" Raphael's voice came out of his teeth. "How did you know that I was chased by a goose at the age of 3 and fell into the cellar? You also know that I was practicing archery at the age of 6 and was caught by a giant eagle." To the sky. He was at work when suddenly a call was received on his personal mobile phone. He thought that someone was going to have a blind date with him again, and before he took over and asked who the other party was, the other party told him all the embarrassing things that happened before he was 15 years old. Exactly what he remembered. But he didn't remember him saying such a thing at all. Damn it, wouldn't it be the fifth guy who recruited a ghost to hum him? You can also recruit a female ghost, but male ghosts can't be teased. Although he has always resisted such things as blind dates, he has been single for a long time, and the dogs he raises are very good looking. His Royal Highness, I have nothing to report. Si fucking was very serious. There is a blind date show in Daxia where boys and girls meet each other, and I can get you a ticket. It seems that her 6th senior brother has no idea that his wine is not good. It's not clear what embarrassing things he vomited out after being drunk before. Raphael took a deep breath. Do I need you to do this kind of thing? There are many people lining up to send flowers to him every day. You're in Daxia, right? You wait for me, Raphael sneered. When I'm done with everything on my hands, I'll clean up you in the past. Okay. Sifu raised his eyebrows. I'm in Daxia, I won't go anywhere, wait for you to come, if you can find me, but you can't even crack my phone number. Okay, yes, I can't find so much information you left. How many connections does the Pei family in Linkhung have? I will definitely find you. Raphael's voice sank. Don't let me go. If you catch it, I will definitely rip your skin off. Si fucking took it easy, I'm looking forward to it, then we'll meet when you fly to Daxia. Raphael snorted slightly and hung up the phone. He would never talk to the second and third child. If they did, they would definitely use their taunt skills to laugh at him. He wants to do it by himself. Raphael pondered, and his expression suddenly became lonely. It's a pity that the little sister is gone, otherwise, with her computer skills, she would definitely be able to directly crack the encrypted mobile phone number of the other party. The second child is really slow, and even the cause of the explosion cannot be found. Raphael frowned. But I have to say that the male ghost just now really gave him a sense of oppressed familiarity. Wait, this guy is dead. Here, before SI fucking returned to the youth training base, he received a call. Miss SI, there was a property on the other side of the phone, and his voice was anxious. No, the people upstairs forgot to turn off the fire when they were cooking, and now half of the building is on fire. SI fucking paused and was quite calm. My house was burned down. Yes, yes. The fire brigade is here, the property stammered. Miss SI, if you have any valuables, you must come over quickly. We are contacting the affected householders to discuss compensation. SI fucking let out a breath slowly. Okay, I'll go over here. She came to the community where the apartment was located, and there were indeed a bunch of people surrounding her. The apartment she was in was on the 7th floor, and it was already pitch black. Miss SI, the property manager, saw her, trotted over, and smiled bitterly. It is estimated that the contents inside are also burnt clean. I don't have anything valuable. SI fucking lifted his chin. Is this house impossible to live in? There is definitely no way to live in a short period of time. The property wiped his sweat. Miss SI, we have also contacted the owner. I'm afraid you will have to find a new house. Got it. SI fucking walked out of the community slowly. She squatted down and picked up a stick. She picked up and drew circles on the ground. Thorn dash. It's the sound of the brakes. The white car stopped at the gate of the community. Miss SI, Fang San got out of the car, surprised. Where are you? The rear doors are also open. Yu Zion tilted her head. The girl squatted on the ground with her knees together, her whole body in a small ball. Yu Zion raised her eyes and saw the thick smoke floating not far away. He retracted his gaze, stretched out his hand towards the person on the ground, and said forcefully, "Get in the car." SI fucking raised her head, and a few seconds later, she still put her hand on it. Yu Zion pulled her into the car. Although his palm was still cold, it was much warmer than the first time they met. "Look, my treatment is effective." SI fucking squeezed his hand. "Your body is starting to warm up." He just smiled back at her. Sorry, boss, trust me, I have absolutely nothing wrong with you." SI fucking quickly released his hand. "Really, in the eyes of our doctors, you are just a piece of meat." Feng San. He pretended he couldn't hear it, and drove back to the courtyard of the villa. Yu Tang was playing games in the room. After learning that SI fucking's apartment was burned down, he hugged her. "Ching ching, you are really miserable. You live here, absolutely no one will say anything." SI fucking rubbed his temples and sighed. "It's very miserable. I finally found such a cheap rental house." Yu Zion said in a low voice, "There is hot water, go and change your clothes." SI fucking nodded, took a new set of clothes from Yu Tang, and went upstairs. "Ninth uncle, this is a great opportunity." Yu Tang lowered her voice, but people were excited. "The first thing to do is to get the moon near the water tower, and with my wingman, Ching Ching will definitely be abducted by us." Feng San's ear strength is not comparable to ordinary people. He heard this sentence clearly, and the corners of his mouth twitched. "Miss Yu Tang, your words. Why does it sound like a man abducting a little girl? Obviously it's just a close subordinate relationship." "Wingman," Yu Zion looked Yu Tang up and down, "it seems that you don't have a clear position on your own." Yu Tang was discouraged and could only go back to his room. SI fucking quickly finished blowing his hair and changed his clothes. By the way, taking advantage of this gap, Yu Zion checked his legs again. "Very good, our treatment went very smoothly." She was very satisfied. "The boss will be leaving soon." Hearing this, Feng San was also excited. "That's great. But I have to prepare some medicinal materials." SI fucking raised his head. "Boss, you The man just lowered his head. The distance between the two was unprecedentedly close. The breaths are intertwined with each other. Sci could see his deep Rufeng eyes, long and narrow, with the ends pointed upwards. There was a moment of bewitchment. She looked at him carefully. Boss, your eyes are so beautiful, wow, light amber, like tourmaline. And a man, how come his eyelashes are so long? Simply foul. Yuzian lowered her eyelashes slightly, her expression not moving. The way you praise people has indeed changed a bit. In the past, ordinary people couldn't look at him directly, and no one would speak to him so bluntly. That is, who made you look so good looking, boss? I will take a break. Sci stretched and leaned on the sofa. I will go to the training camp in a while. Yuzian flipped the book aside. After a few seconds, the sound of steady breathing came, and his shoulders sank. The man's hand stopped. Miss Si fell asleep. Feng San was surprised. It seems that she is really tired these days. Brother Ninth, I'll go to Linjiang Pavilion and invite a chef to come here. Yuzian nodded. Well, let's go and make some soup. Running the announcement continuously, and also solving an onmyoji on the plane, is a double consumption of spirit and body. But he rarely saw her say tired. Even the last time he heard her say that she wanted to lie down and wait for someone to serve, he could see that she was just talking, and immediately ran out to work the next second. Okay, Feng San nodded, I'll go right now. The villa was very quiet, and there were only 2 people left in the living room. Yuzian pondered for 2 seconds, then stood up slowly, leaned over and hugged the girl on the sofa. She was still asleep and did not wake up. Yuzian went upstairs, put her in the bedroom, and covered her with a quilt. Just after turning around and taking a step, Sifu rolled over and kicked the quilt out of bed. After she kicked the quilt off, the person curled up and became a small ball again. Yuzian paused, bent down, picked up the quilt that was kicked to the ground, and covered the girl on the bed again. Seeing that she was very dishonest in sleeping, he simply fixed the quilt again. He sighed softly in his heart. Only at this time can you truly be like a little girl. He walked to the window, drew the curtains and stepped back. Next room. Yu Tang continued to play games and received another call from Yu Yao. She was a little reluctant, but she still picked it up. Hello, third brother. Tang Yu Yao paused. Do you know God 9? Is he in Link Hung? 6th senior brother, who messed with me. Your father. Although in front of the senior brother, he always succumbed to the fist of the younger junior sister QWQ. If the former civil and military officials saw their majesty help others to cover the quilt, the officials every day give the dumping a ticket.